Bob Iger and Josh Kushner. We will get very, very deep into it. And Michael, I'll do this again when the show starts, but the first thing that popped into my head when I knew you were coming in was, how lucky were we to have Dr. Buss and the stability and the leadership he provided for all those years, including all the years you played and most of the years you broadcasted.
Greatest sports owner in American sports history. Nobody even comes close to what a great owner he was and the dynasty that he produced under his ownership. And
how he changed it in the course of his ownership. It's from what it was to what it became.
Yeah, and so we'll talk a lot about Dr. Buss today. The most common answer to most of your questions, and we'll take some phone calls today.
Of course.
And let you guys react, is we don't know yet. Like, what does this mean for the front office people? Like Rob Pelinka and J.J. Redick and the coaches and the executives. What does it mean for guys like Michael and I, the announcers? We don't know yet. This literally just broke. And Ramona, Michael, said on the morning show, and Ramona's going to be in today. She's doing TV over on ESPN across LA Live, and then she's coming over here, and she's going to be with us for about 3 hours. And one of the things she said when she was on the morning show this morning, and Michael, this blows my mind, is that this all started with a conversation on Sunday, 3 days ago, and now it's done. Boy, billionaires operate at a different speed than the rest of us, don't they?
It seemed like they were liquid because they were intending potentially to be that Vegas expansion. So they probably had the money around.
Right.
And just scraped up a little bit more to sweeten that for Mark Walter. Like, I don't think that the Vegas was going to go for $12 billion, but in order to get the Lakers out of Mark Walter's hands, they had to add the extra. So maybe that's why it was able to happen so fast.
Rumor has it the expansion fee is going to be around $10 billion. Mm-hmm. To buy the Lakers for 12.5, that's a heck of a deal. If I was Walter, I said, give me 15. I need at least 15. This brand is going to be worth $20 billion in 10 years.
That's what they say. There's an article, I think you sent it, Em, that there have been valuations on NFL teams. The Cowboys are number one, valued at $15 billion. Michael, guess who number two is?
Got to be the Rams.
It is.
They own the stadium.
12.9.
Yeah. As long as you own the stadium.
I have a question for you, too. So, put yourself in the shoes of Iger and Kushner. You have all this money available. You want to get into the NBA. Would you want a storied franchise that already has its own history, but already has its own infrastructure? You already know what you're going to get, but also your story is going to be mixed with whoever else the other owners are. Or would you want to have yourself start a new ownership in Vegas?
I would want the Lakers because in the world of sports, not the United States world, but in the world of sports, the Lakers is one of the four, is the Mount Rushmore, one of the four biggest brands in the world.
Yankees,
Lakers,
Cowboys.
Yankees. No, Lakers, Yankees, FC Barcelona, and probably Real Madrid.
Cowboys are in there.
Or Manchester United. I'm talking about the world. Manchester United.
I think Cowboys is pretty big around the world.
Cowboys ain't big in Africa. Excuse me, but soccer is. Basketball is. You keep thinking about the NFL's like big in Asia and stuff. It's not. But soccer and basketball is a way bigger world sport than the NFL.
That's true. But I think people all over the world, like if you walked around with a Cowboys star on your
Cowboy
shirt.
games in Rwanda?
No, I think in Senegal you could have a Cowboy shirt on. They'd know what you're talking about.
Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe. But Lakers, Manchester United, Real Madrid, and Yankees, everybody knows those brands. So it's worth it to be the owner of the Lakers than the owner of the Las Vegas Cards or whatever.
And not having to build a stadium. Well, they might not have to in Vegas. They might play where the Knights play. Maybe.
No, they said they need another $2 billion to $3 billion on
So that's
arena.
another thing you have to figure
out. One of the things we can kind of kick around today, there's a couple of, and this, we're going to do all this when the show starts. You guys are just tuning in early. But I wonder, for that kind of money, Michael, $12.5 billion, maybe they have a stadium plan of their own. They are tenants at Crypto.com Arena.
Right.
Yeah.
And, Bob Iger.
And what's his name? Anschutz would never sell crypto. Why don't they try to buy it so they can control all the revenue?
Oh, I think he would sell it. And I think he's also at the age. I'm going to look that up, how old Phil is.
Okay, so let's just say there's a world in which Crypto.com is not where the Lakers' forever home is. Where else would they build? Would it be in Inglewood? Would it join that kind of sports mecca that they have in Inglewood right now with the SoFi and Intuit Dome? Would they move?
Although, Michael, don't you kind of associate Inglewood with the Clippers now that the Intuit Dome's there? It would be weird if you built another
there's not, like, a
arena,
ton
or
of
if you
space
moved
in
back
Los
to the
Angeles.
Forum where you played.
The Forum's too small.
Yeah, I feel like it would have to either be staying in the same space in DTLA and just renovating or fixing it up, or move further out of LA, which I don't think I really love either. But
no, if they bought crypto, they would probably renovate it.
And,
upgrade it to the 21st century.
Well, any arena that the Lakers play in has got to have an abundance of luxury suites,
100%.
and crypto does. It has 3 levels of luxury suites.
Yeah.
So
it's weird. Luka has had 3 owners in his
okay.
very short time in Los Angeles.
But he's at the same bank. That's what counts.
That is what counts.
Yes.
And I mean, we'll talk about this more in the show. What does this mean for the Dodgerization of the Lakers? Because what Ramona was talking about is, like, we know that the Mark Walter deal didn't go through immediately. They had to wait, 6 months from when it was announced to when it was put through. So it could be the same thing for what's happening with the Kushner-Iger deal, that it could be around February or March when it happens.
yeah, and Michael, you know who one of Bob Iger's best friends is?
Who?
Chris Paul.
Ooh.
They're very close. So I
Interesting.
could see Chris Paul coming to work in some capacity for
heck
the
yeah.
Lakers.
If you're Chris Paul, you put a call in, hey, Bob, I'm ready for hire.
Special
Right.
advisor,
Exactly.
GM.
Yes.
Would you
What-
want to GM Chris Paul?
Sure.
Heck
I mean,
yeah,
he's
why
one of
not?
the smartest players ever to play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he had that relationship when they did the bubble, because it was like
Yeah.
Bob Iger, Chris Paul,
Oh, yeah.
Well, Bob
coming
Iger-
together, Adam Silver.
Bob Iger made the bubble happen.
Yeah.
That was Bob Iger and Adam. So,
But-
matter of fact, last time, Michael, I saw Bob Iger at a Laker game, he was sitting with Adam Silver.
You know, I wonder how Lakers fans feel that Bob Iger has been a Clippers season ticket holder for a while, that he has been on the court in the Intuit Dome a lot. Do you think Lakers fans will have some thoughts about that?
I don't think he's a Clipper fan anymore. He just paid $12.5 billion to own the Lakers.
Yeah.
Exactly.
All right, so we've got all that coming. We'll do some of the traditional stuff, but mostly we'll cover the sale. Michael's here. Pepe's going to be along. Ramona will join us for the majority of the show.
Today's a big day for sports graffiti. Like, line up those phones, ask Ramona your questions, ask you guys your questions.
We may open the phones for the whole show and just see when you guys want to jump in and when you don't. It all starts in 2 minutes. See you then.
Or online at HernandezWholesaleFlooring.net. Hernandez Wholesale Flooring. No games, no gimmicks, because no sale beats wholesale.
Being a sports fan in Los Angeles can be unpredictable. Your ice cream shouldn't be. For over 80 years, Thrifty has delivered the exact same legendary experience, right down to our signature cylindrical scoop. It's the brand this city was raised on, and the easiest call you'll make on game day. Skip the debate. Just grab the carton everyone already agrees on. Thrifty Ice Cream, a California classic. Available at most major retailers.
Kenny here to help you ignite your taste buds with Firework Freeze 5-Hour Energy Shots. Juicy cherry, citrus lime, and blue raspberry. It's that iconic freezer pop flavor, but with none of the guilty sugar aftermath. The perfect summer kick. It's a delicious, portable, zero-sugar energy shot bursting with flavor. Bring on summer with Firework Freeze 5-Hour Energy Shots. Available online at 5hourenergy.com or on Amazon.
Hey, it's Rich Eisen for Pella Windows and Doors. Sometimes teams take a timeout to regroup and call the right play. When it comes to your home, Pella Windows and Doors always has the winning game plan. They're not just window and door experts. They're experts at taking care of you and your home. At Pella, they find the products that meet your needs and their experts install them. They do it every day, and that's why your neighbors trust them. Discover why Pella is a trusted choice for homeowners everywhere. Visit Pella.com/Eisen today. That's Pella.com/Eisen. The home of the Lakers, and now the home of the Rich Eisen Show. Weekdays 9 a.m. to noon, KSPN Los Angeles, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
ESPN 710, Los Angeles Sports.
And it is the biggest show on the radio. Mason in Ireland is on for your Wednesday afternoon.
Ireland, best show on the radio.
Here we go, Wednesday, the 12th of August, 2026. Well, we'll never forget this day because today's the day the Lakers were sold again. From Mark Walter's group to Bob Iger and Josh Kushner. Well, it's the day we react. Johnny Eyes here, back from Idaho. John Ireland, the voice of the Lakers. Mason begins his vacation. Ramona Shelburne, Momo, she broke the news this morning on social media.
Okay, it's real.
It's real?
Come on.
All right, stand by.
It's real? Ramona Shelburne. The Los Angeles Lakers are being sold to American businessmen Josh Kushner and Bob Iger for a record-breaking price over $12 billion, multiple sources told ESPN.
She will join us on the show today. And it's Michael and Pepe, Michael Thompson and Pepe Montilla. Wow, what a show it's going to be. 1 p.m. Sports Graffiti, your reaction on the Lakers being sold again.
So with that said, let's get this going.
$12 billion, Jack. Producer Emily's here. Wilbert Flores sitting in for producer Brian Cohen, the social team in the back, and you. What a day. Let's do it. Mason and Ireland.
I want to put my meat in your mouth.
Yo, Wednesday afternoon in the Southland right now.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
What a day. What a day. Yes, it's true. You are not dreaming. Your favorite NBA news reporters are not drunk. The Lakers have been sold again. This time from Mark Walter to Bob Iger and Josh Kushner. Mace is on vacation, as Morales mentioned. Michael Thompson is here with me. Michael and I, for people who don't know, broadcast the Laker games on the radio. Michael has been affiliated with the Lakers for most of his adult life. You were traded to the Lakers when you were, 27, 28 years old?
32 at the time.
Oh, you're already 32.
But I looked like I was 22. Yes, I was in shape.
And ever since then, you did some broadcasting for the Wolves and some other stuff.
I started out with, as soon as I retired, I got a job with the Vancouver Grizzlies.
Okay.
Then from there, I went to the Seattle Sonics. Then I did some Portland Trailblazers. From there, I went to the Minnesota Timberwolves and then ended up here.
And the one thing that jumped out at me, we will cover all aspects of the sale. Ramona Shelburne was scheduled to fill in for Mace today. She's the one who broke this story. So right now, as we speak, Ramona is on ESPN TV. As soon as she gets done with that, in about 15, 20 minutes, she'll come over here and be here for the majority of the show. When you heard the news this morning, Michael, that the Lakers had been sold, were you like me? Did you think this has to be fake?
Yeah, I thought of some AI, stuff on social media, some kind of phony kind of stuff. So I couldn't believe it. I turned on ESPN immediately to see if it would be on the crawl. There's nowhere on the crawl. First Take wasn't talking about it. How could they not have interrupted whatever they were talking about and announced that big news?
Well, I mean, I was telling Emily earlier, I was on a plane flying back from Idaho. I had a 6 a.m. flight this morning.
Ooh.
And I'm on the plane. I get the text from Ramona. Lakers have been sold. I immediately log on to the ESPN LA app to listen to the Morales morning show. And they had some kid on talking about the Dodgers, some 10-year-old kid. So I go, okay, this can't be real.
Right.
Then I flipped around to some other stations. I go, oh, it is real.
Yeah.
And it is stunning in every sense of the word. Nobody saw this coming. As a matter of fact, Ramona said that the conversations about the sale didn't start until Sunday, 3 days ago.
Yeah.
And now the sale's complete.
Kind of a rush sale. First when I heard it, I said, first thought that came to my mind was, why? You just bought the team 10 months ago. Why would you sell now?
Could it be as simple as anybody who could make $2.5 billion in 9 months would probably take it?
No, not if you're filthy rich like Mark Walter and his ownership group are. You don't need the money. So if I was in this situation, like Dr. Buss once said, was it you who stole a story about it? Hey, Dr. Buss, if someone gave you $10 billion, would you sell the Lakers? He said, no. I said, well, why not? He says, because if I had $10 billion, the first thing I want to do is buy the Lakers.
Yeah, he told me that before he died.
I thought about that with the Mark Walter ownership group. You own the freaking LA Lakers. Why are you selling them? And it's so cool. And if you do want to sell, they don't lose money. They make money. Hang on to them for 5 or 6 or 7 years. That $10 billion you spend is going to go up to $18 billion by then.
We'll get into every aspect of this sale, but Michael, we did before the growl, and I asked you this, but I want you to elaborate more on it. One of the first things that popped into my head, knowing that I was going to be working with you today, is, and I know it's something you think about a lot because you've told me on the air and off, how lucky were we to have Dr. Buss as an owner for all those years, and the stability and the leadership and the for lack of a better word, league-changing ideas that he kept coming to the table with. And I know you've told me, and I'm sure, I think you still feel the same way. You think he's the best owner in the history of professional sports.
Nobody even close. Robert Kraft won, 6 Super Bowls with the Patriots. Of course, he was very successful, but Dr. Buss won 11 championships with the Lakers, I believe. And not only the championships, like you said, he was a visionary. The way he improved the entertainment of the game with the dancers, with the fans sitting on the court.
Well,
basically.
and Michael, I've told this story many, many times. The YouTube chat's going to come for me today because I'm going to tell stories I've told before throughout the show. But when Dr. Buss bought the team, he said, I got an idea. I'm going to put chairs on the court and sell them as courtside seats. And the league said, you can't do it.
Yeah.
And he said, I'm doing it anyway. And now every team does it.
Exactly.
He said, I'm going to put a dance team to dance on the court during timeouts.
Yep.
And they said, this isn't Vegas. You can't do that. And he said, I'm doing it anyway. And now every team does it.
Yeah. Didn't he start Prime Ticket for the Lakers?
Sure did.
And, so he came up with so many brilliant ideas. And he hired the right people like Jerry West, Pat Riley, Bill Sherman, and put smart people like that in place and let them do their thing. He was not an interfering owner.
All right, so let me clear up a couple of things that people have been texting me today. I'm seeing it in the YouTube chat. Several people have this wrong. Bob Iger ran Disney for many, many years. He just stepped down in the spring.
How old is he?
I think he's 75,
wow,
but I will look it up.
He is 75.
Okay. He
How
was
old is Kushner.
He's young. Look that up, Em. I think Josh Kushner might be 40.
He is 41.
Woo.
Yeah. Okay. So we don't talk politics on this show. Never have, and we're not going to start today. But I want to clear something up that is. You guys all love to talk politics. The listeners, the YouTube chat. Everybody is confusing Josh Kushner with Jared Kushner.
I didn't know they were related.
It's Josh is Jared's younger brother. And before you say, well, I'm sure he's just like Jared, they're not. Josh is married to Carly Kloss, who's a supermodel. They have 3 kids, and they're both liberal Democrats. They do not share the politics of Jared Kushner, who's married to Donald Trump's daughter and is President Trump's son-in-law. So all you people saying, oh, God, that this has something to do with Trump or this has something to do with MAGA. That's not Josh. Google it. Google Josh Kushner politics, and you can read all about it. So don't automatically assume that. That's incorrect.
So unlike Shallow Hal, he did marry a model.
Yes.
Remember Shallow Hal?
And so, by the way, so did Bob Iger. Bob Iger is married to Willow Bay, who, remember, she used to be one of the co-hosts of Inside
That's
Stuff.
Right. Her and Ahmad Rashad.
Way back. The first time I ever saw Willow, she was a Charlie girl. Remember in the 70s and 80s? There was
Charlie girl? What was that?
That was was it a perfume? Em, do you know what I'm talking about?
I have no idea.
I'll Google it. It was an ad campaign that featured models.
Charlie girl. I never heard of
Charlie girl definition.
Sounds like some kind of cigarette company or something.
And just before we get into the Charlie girl thing, also Josh Kushner, this is his first foray into NBA, at least minority ownership. He had a small stake in the Memphis Grizzlies and then sold that, had a small stake in the Miami Heat, which then he obviously will divest from in order to be the Lakers owner. But this is not his first play into this.
So let me get this straight. Emily, you probably know this better than anybody else. $12.5 billion. That's not 100% ownership, right? How much percentage ownership do they own?
78%.
Only 78.
And the Buss family still owns the rest. Now, we do not know. Go ahead, Em.
I say technically she has the rights to 5 more years of governorship. And governorship.
I don't think that's true. Ramona will answer this when she comes in. But my understanding is.
I saw it in the LA Times. That's why I'm saying this.
Ramona told me, and I'll get this directly from her when she comes in, that all of the stipulations agreed to by Mark Walter and Jeannie don't necessarily follow the sale to Iger and Kushner. So Iger and Kushner can make their own decisions. Now, the number one thing I'm getting today is, what does that mean for blank? What does that mean for J.J. Redick? What does it mean for Rob Pelinka? What does it mean for you and Michael?
Right.
What does it mean for Stu and Billy? The answer to that question and it's going to be something I say a lot today, is we don't know yet. We just don't know yet. This just broke this morning. And so there are going to be several. You're going to hear people speculating all day. Well, that must mean so-and-so is out or so-and-so is staying. But we can start to connect some dots. For example, Robert Iger has a very close relationship with Chris Paul. Iger was a Clippers season ticket holder, got to know Chris when he was the Clippers point guard. They are the two that get most of the credit for the NBA bubble that saved the season during COVID. So Adam Silver knows Bob Iger very well. ABC's televised the finals for the last however many years. He's ESPN ABC when Bob ran Disney for 20 years. So I think that, A, they're going to fast-track the sale. Yeah. That this won't get caught up in a vote. B, I would not be shocked to see Chris Paul involved at some point with the Laker ownership. Would you?
Oh, no, not at all. He should have been a Laker many years ago. Remember when we traded for him? But if he's this close to Bob Iger and everybody respects Chris Paul and his basketball knowledge, and if he wants to get back into the management phase somehow or consultation or whatever, he'd be welcome. You would welcome a guy like Chris Paul to come join your organization.
Can I ask you both a question?
Yeah.
So when the Luka deal went down, it was the same kind of stunning reaction where, how did this happen? Because nothing leaked. It wasn't like he had asked for a trade. Wow. And then that analysis behind it was, why did nobody else get involved in this trade? Why did no one else offer him more potentially? So for me, with the shocking news of this sale, why did we not hear about other people involved in potentially trying to buy the Lakers if it was up for sale?
I don't know.
Maybe they just took a chance and called up Mark Walter and say, "Hey, listen, I know you just bought the Lakers, but would you be interested in selling?" And Mark would have said, "Well, what are you thinking?"
And like you just said, John, where Mark Walter also knows this will be a fast-tracked yes, potentially, because of Iger's relationship with the NBA.
Right. And I will say this. We don't want to completely duck the elephant in the room. Mark Walter, who still owns the Dodgers, by the way, and is the head of the Guggenheim Group, is under federal investigation. He has not been charged. He has not, nothing has happened yet. Yeah, right. But he's being investigated. So some people are saying, oh, this must mean that bad news is coming. Again, we don't know that yet, but it's out there. Yeah. So that's part of this too. We will. I'm going to open the phones and leave them open for the entire show, and we'll do Sports Graffiti at 1:00. But if you have a strong opinion on this, feel free to call in anytime. 877-710-3776. That's 877-710-ESPN. When we come back, Dave McMenamin thinks that Bob Iger might be really good at this. We'll tell you what Dave had to say next. Michael in Mace, Pepe's on the way. Ramona is on the way. Mason and Ireland, ESPN LA.
And it is the 15-minute mark right here on 710 ESPN. On the all-new ESPN LA app and on YouTube at ESPN Los Angeles.
The 15-minute mark on 710. Fueled by Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
You know, in that time it took to hear your favorite takes and all that fun and frivolity, you could be pulling out with a fresh oil change. No waiting, no appointment, just in and out in about 15 minutes. Bam! So you've got more time for what matters. Visit SoCalOilChange.com.
In just 15 minutes, you can boost your vehicle's performance and save money while doing it. Visit SoCalOilChange.com now for value pack coupons and keep your car and your wallet running strong.
The 15-minute mark on 710, made possible by Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
All right, if building a winning culture was a sport, Mike Capozio's got a championship banner hanging at Rotolo Chevrolet.
Well said, Travis. But it starts with the people. Believe in your team and they'll deliver every time.
And that's exactly what happens. Award-winning dealership, massive SoCal presence. So what's the secret, Mike?
No secret, Travis. No secret at all. Just do the right thing by your customers, give them what they want, make it easy, and stand behind it.
And that is how dynasties are built.
Come see us in Fontana off the 210 freeway at Sierra or online at RotoloChevy.com.
There you were, surrounded by fans, sharing wings, sharing drinks, high-fiving random strangers. Everybody remembers the game, but nobody remembers the guy coughing behind you until a few days later. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. You wake up, you got a fever, your throat's on fire. So now what? Urgent care closed, ER slammed, telehealth? Maybe, but the pharmacy's closed. You need a medical emergency kit. These are not first aid kits, everybody. They contain essential prescriptions used for over 30 common conditions, sinus and ear infections, UTIs, stomach bugs, traveler's diarrhea, and more. You can even use your doctor-developed guidebook to select the right prescription or call their telemedicine doctor standing by. It's like an urgent care in a drugstore in your house. When you're sick, traveling, or stranded, you'll wish you ordered a medical emergency kit. Order online in minutes, and it's shipped to your door. Save $45 with our promo code 710 at urgentcarekit.com/710. That's promo code 710 at urgentcarekit.com/710.
In a world parched for excitement, one drink will emerge. Twisted Tea, the refreshing thrill ride of flavor. Recreating its classic role as the hard iced tea that goes down smooth. Twisted Tea doesn't just taste like real iced tea, it's made with real brewed tea and a 5% kick of alcohol. Taste the adventure with Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Keep it twisted.
Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
And it is Mason and Ireland, the OGs of LA Sports Radio.
Like, that's the problem in the world, is there aren't enough happy shows, fun shows.
Mason and Ireland.
710 ESPN.
Mason and Ireland. I'm John Ireland. Michael Thompson's with me today. Pepe Montilla on the way. Ramona Shelburne on the way. And I mentioned that Dave McMenamin had some opinions on this. He was on the Morales Morning Show, and Dave was asked about Bob Iger. What does he know? Here's what McMenamin said.
Right. And yeah, full disclosure, like I know Bob personally a little bit. I've been to his house before. He's, I would never go as far to call him like a friend, but we have a friendly rapport. He is a guy that fans will enjoy. He has a very genuine presence to him. He knows basketball. He spends a lot of his time with basketball. He even did it when he was in the trenches of, the most stressful parts of his job. That was his escape to go to NBA games. One of his sons worked for the Spurs organization. He's very, very good friends with Chris Paul. I mean, he will be very good, and I think an active participant in this process, and someone that Lakers fans can gravitate towards. That's certainly, I would say, is a positive to where this thing is going.
And I mentioned that Bob's wife, Willow Bay, used to be a model, but I'm selling her short if I stop right there, Michael. She went to Penn. She worked, she's now the dean of the USC Annenberg School of Communication. So she's the dean of the USC Journalism School, has been since 2017. She's got an impressive career.
I don't care about the Charlie girl. What's that?
Well, that was a product that she endorsed when she was younger.
A cosmetic company?
Yeah. And she also worked for the Today Show. She was on Good Morning America. She was with Ahmad on Inside Stuff for a few years.
So I think she was inducted into the Hall of Fame a couple of years ago.
As part of the Inside Stuff thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. Her and Bob, Willow and Bob, are the majority owners of Angel City FC, the women's soccer team.
Yeah.
So this sports thing is not new to them. And when Ramona gets here, she will explain that Bob Iger and Adam Silver have a very close relationship. We now welcome to the show Pepe Montilla, who just walked in. And Pepe, I know, and for people who don't know, Pepe's the Spanish language broadcaster. He has my job on the Spanish side for the Lakers. And Pepe, I know you were as surprised by this as I was because you texted me when I was on the plane this morning, is this real? So you were as shocked as I was, weren't you?
I was. I woke up and I saw the news. Hi, everybody. And then right away I sent you a text because I thought it was bogus.
I did too.
And then you say it is true, and I just went, "Oh my God," because I'm in shock.
Mm-hmm.
And Pepe, I want you to comment on something I mentioned with Michael before you walked in. One of the things that popped into my head, and I hope this does get talked about today in media, is how unbelievably lucky we were as Laker fans to have Dr. Buss as our owner for as many years as we did.
Oh, yeah. Totally. Because right now, changes are always good,
Sometimes.
I always want to think positive, and it's better to think positive than to think negative. But, I mean, still there's a question mark, and there's going to be a lot of speculation of for whatever reason they sold the Lakers. And Michael said it before. I mean, you make what,
$2.5 billion in 9 months.
In 9 months, I mean, that's a good business.
No, I wouldn't have sold. I would have held on for another 5 or 10
course,
years.
Okay,
of course,
so here's
still,
someone just walked in who has answers to some of these questions we're asking, and that is our friend Ramona Shelburne, who broke this story. What time did you get up this morning?
6.
Okay.
But I should have gotten up earlier.
Why?
When did you get an inkling that this was in the weeds?
Late last night. And I didn't even believe it.
Right. We didn't either. We were all just talking about that.
I didn't believe it last night.
And I heard you say this morning on you've been doing nothing but media, understandably, since you broke this. You said you wouldn't have tweeted this if you had one source. You were able to source this through several different people, right?
Oh, yeah.
All right, so take us from when you get the tip last night from whoever tipped you to how you were able to confirm it and why did you feel comfortable?
The person who called me couldn't believe it either.
Okay.
And they, I get tips like this all the time.
Right.
Like you get tips as a reporter, like something's going on here, and you chase them down, and most of the time they're nothing. But this was something.
Of course.
Right.
Yeah.
This was something. Maybe 9:30. It was really funny as a reporter. Like you're in the middle. You have like another life, right? So it's like Daniel's first day of school. Today. So I took him to orientation. I had some family over. I was like, hold on.
Daniel, for people who don't know, is Ramona's son. She has 2 boys.
Yeah, it's second grade. I was like, so I got a call last night, and then there's about 5 or 6 people who you hit that might know, but you can't put too much in a text. And then a lot of people are in position to confirm or not confirm. I don't think a lot of people knew when I found out last night. And then by morning, I started getting a lot more.
And go ahead, Michael.
Why did the Guggenheim Group sell when they had the 2 most iconic franchises in American history, along with the Cowboys and Yankees, the Dodgers and the Lakers? Why would they sell so quickly?
I don't think they were out to sell.
Yeah.
I don't think they intended.
They got the proverbial offer they couldn't refuse.
I mean, I think for what I've said this on air, this happened Sunday. This was Bob Iger and Josh Kushner, and let's be clear, this is Josh Kushner.
I just went through all this. People,
all right.
like the YouTube chat doesn't get it. The Josh Kushner is Jared's younger brother, and again, we don't talk politics on this show, but just look it up, Google it. They are opposite politically.
Yes.
Okay. So go ahead.
So he was bidding on the expansion franchise in Las Vegas, and I think the numbers for that franchise have gone through the roof.
$10 billion?
Pretty close.
Wow.
It's from what I don't know where it actually is, but I think it was going to take something like that to get the team. And I think we had all thought it was going to be 6 to 8 in Vegas. It's gone past that, or it was at that discussion. And he's a smart guy.
Same for Seattle. Same price.
Maybe not. Maybe not. I think Vegas is now. Listen, you got to build an arenas too. So you're not just buying the team; you're committing to spend another $2 or $3 billion on buying and building an arena.
You're talking about Vegas.
Vegas.
Okay, yeah.
So
Seattle too. They need a new
no.
arena.
Seattle has the arena.
Seattle has an arena.
Climate Pledge.
The Kraken's arena.
Yeah,
right.
Where the Kraken play. Brand new.
If you're thinking about spending this level of money on an expansion franchise, why not place a call to the Lakers, who just went for 10? Like we're talking the same kind of money.
All right, I'm going to ask you some questions, and just give me your opinion. I know that some of this stuff, the answer is I don't know yet.
Yeah, there's a lot that we don't know yet.
Yeah, I keep saying that probably the most popular phrase for the 4 of us today might be I don't know yet.
Yeah.
Including the futures of most people that work for the Lakers, including the 3 of us. But, Ramona, there is a an investigation going on of Mark Walter, and fans are connecting those dots, saying, well, he must be selling because he's being investigated. Do you buy that?
I would say that it's in the background. I don't think it's connected because he did not initiate this sale. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Now,
Iger called him, or Kushner called
Josh,
him. Yeah.
That group. But are they smart enough to say it's worth a call with he's got this in the background?
Yeah,
they're smart enough to call.
You look like you might be able to use $2.5 billion. Yeah,
well,
sure.
Also, it's not just the 2.5 profit. It's like what he put in 6 or something, I think, when he bought the team, because he bought 60%, some kind of 66% maybe from the Bus family.
Yeah.
So, or he up to 6. I think he owned 66% of the team. The Bus
I heard
family
it was a little more than that, but that sounds about right.
Something like that. Okay. So, you're liquid now. You're more liquid. It's not tied up in a team. But I do think this was. I have been, as a reporter, digging around on the story of what is going on with this DOJ investigation with Mark Walter. It's partly how this story came to me because I was digging on the other thing.
Right.
And kind of wondering, like, as a reporter, here's what I can say. I don't understand the investigation yet. I haven't gotten enough reporting about what it's really about, what they're looking at. But I do know that when a number of stories come out in the press in a short period of time, that says something.
Is there any reason to believe that the Dodgers could be sold next?
I don't think that's the intention, but I think every billionaire in America is going to call them.
Right.
Right? I mean, anybody with an interest in baseball or the Dodgers, and there's certainly people who have that interest.
Because they think Walter's vulnerable right now?
Well,
or at least amenable to a conversation.
But why? Why?
Because he's being investigated federally.
Yeah, but I mean,
but I don't think it's
everything.
connected. But when you sell one team, people are going to call about the other. That's just what happens.
That makes a lot of sense.
But I'm going to tell you,
Michael, you're pretty rich. How about you buying the Dodgers? What do you think?
I'm mad at them because they never bought Trace back. So I took back my offer.
And I don't think you're that rich. No offense, Michael.
I don't know any of us are that rich.
I got a lot of doubloons in the Bahamas.
I don't blame the people in the YouTube chat necessarily for attempting to connect dots between a DOJ investigation and somebody with the last name Kushner getting the Lakers.
Right.
It feels to me as though, and obviously we don't have the answers to this. This is all us.
Right.
That's your job, Ramona, is to report on things and to figure things out. But it's hard for me to not draw that conclusion.
Okay, that's fair. I think you can. That's a reasonable assumption. But I just, when this happened, Ramon, I'm sure you did the same thing. I started going down rabbit holes, trying to figure out who these people are, why they might want to do this. This is from a People magazine article 6-7 years ago. Quote, while Kushner's brother Jared played a prime role as a senior White House aide in the father-in-law's administration, both Josh and his wife, Carly Kloss, have openly disagreed with Trump's politics. Neither Kloss nor Kushner reportedly voted for President Trump in 2016. A spokesman for Josh told Esquire in August 2016 he's a lifelong Democrat who would not be voting for Trump. Kloss vocally supported Hillary Clinton in 2016. Here's a quote from Josh. It is no secret that liberal values have guided my life, and I have supported political leaders that share similar values. But neither party has a monopoly on the truth or constructive ideas for our country. It's important to be open-minded and learn from differing opinions. That, to me, sounds reasonable. It doesn't sound like this is somebody that has his foot staunchly in either camp. So just remember, this isn't Jared.
Yeah.
This is Josh. Now, Josh does have some things in his past, including most recently, he was a big part of that FIFA trying to go private.
Yeah.
And it didn't work. And he's taken some criticism for it. And it may cost the Infantino, the head of FIFA, his job eventually.
But this is Josh.
Josh was the guy involved with FIFA. So that's a problem. But the politics, Pepe, are the brothers are not the same. You can't assume that one is the same as the other. Okay. Ramona's here now. We've got her, unless TV pulls her away. Hopefully they won't. We've got lines. People want to talk about this. We will take some of your phone calls next and continue to cover this mammoth story. Mammoth. The Lakers have been sold again. not to Mark Walter. This is from Mark to Bob Iger and Josh Kushner. Ramona broke the story this morning. She's filling in for Mace. Michael's here. Pepe's here. Your call's next. ESPN LA.
And John, why don't you tell us about our good friend Jacob Imrani?
Happy to. Jacob, as you know, if you need an attorney for any type of accident you've been in, on the job, in the warehouse, kitchen, loading dock, Jacob helped a group of people involved in a chemical spill in Orange County last year. Call Jacob. Trust us on this. 800-345-6789. Two things you need to know about that call. Number one, it's free. The consultation is free. 800-345-6789. And you only pay Jacob if he wins. So there you go. You only pay Jacob if he wins, and the consultation is free. You really have nothing to lose. Give him a call today, 800-345-6789, or go to calljacob.com, the law offices of Jacob Imrani.
You never know what you're going to get when you wake up with Sedano and Cap.
Like, how much could you really love the Lakers if you flipped it like a property?
Right. I mean, this was a business transaction. This was not about where your heart is. And that's what Mark Walter seemingly did. He flipped the Lakers. Wasn't married to the Lakers.
Yeah.
It was an investment.
It's the morning show with Sedano and Cap. Weekdays starting at 7 a.m. on ESPN LA.
When it's time for your next vehicle, make the winning play at George Chevrolet. It's Chris Morales telling you to go see John Good at George Chevrolet. With straightforward pricing, real savings, a great selection, and award-winning service, George Chevrolet is committed to earning your business by saving you money. Whether you're a first-time buyer, rebuilding your credit, or ready to upgrade, their team is here to help you find the right vehicle at the perfect price. Visit George Chevrolet off the 91 freeway in Bellflower, or shop online at georgechevy.com. Chevrolet, together let's drive.
Being a sports fan in Los Angeles can be unpredictable. Your ice cream shouldn't be. For over 80 years, Thrifty has delivered the exact same legendary experience, right down to our signature cylindrical scoop. It's the brand this city was raised on, and the easiest call you'll make on game day. Skip the debate. Just grab the carton everyone already agrees on. Thrifty Ice Cream, a California classic. Available at most major retailers.
This is a special notice to U.S. taxpayers owing $10,000 or more to the IRS. Tax Relief Advocates is urgently notifying taxpayers that tax relief initiatives are now available that may significantly reduce or eliminate what you owe. If you're afraid of an IRS lien, levy, or wage garnishment, don't lose hope. You can now take advantage of these current relief programs to end all collections, reduce the amount you owe, and resolve your tax problem. Even if you have years of unfiled tax returns or are already in a payment plan, you may still qualify for significant relief. Struggling taxpayers can now get relief they need during these hard economic times. A hotline has been established by Tax Relief Advocates for you to call and see what you qualify for. They are A+ rated with the BBB and have over 1,000 5-star reviews. Don't wait. Call 800-575-9087. 800-575-9087. That's 800-575-9087, or simply visit TRA.com.
And what a Wednesday it is. It is the biggest show on the radio. Mason and Ireland. Johnny I's here. We got some Momo, Michael Thompson, Pepe on the day that the Lakers get sold again. We're reacting all day on your home of Lakers basketball. LA's mega sports station, ESPN LA.
Mason and Ireland, Ramona Shelburne's here. She broke the story this morning that the Lakers have been sold again. From Mark Walter to Bob Iger and Josh Kushner. And I'm going to continue to emphasize the word Josh because I think many, many fans think this is Jared. Jared, his older brother, is married to Ivanka Trump. Josh is married to Carly Kloss. They're different politically, different people. I'm not saying Josh doesn't have baggage, but these are not the same two people. All right, a lot of fans have questions. Every line is jammed. Let's go to Mark in Los Angeles. Mark, you're on ESPN LA.
I love Chris Morales, and in the words of Chris Morales, Mark Walter, you're a scumbag.
Why?
He betrayed the Bus family. He didn't want nothing to do. He didn't want the Bus family He knew the Buss family was not going to sell it to Kushner or Iger or anyone else. She sold it to Mark Walter because he was already a minority owner. He got what he wanted. Now he was in control, and now he got rid of the team. He went big time.
All right.
Sorry.
Thanks, Mark. Ramon, I don't agree with him. I think that Jeannie would have sold to Bob Iger.
Yeah.
If Bob would have offered her $12.5 million when Mark only offered her 10, right, Michael?
Oh, yeah.
You go. I mean, as long as there's not baggage,
That's right.
you go to the highest bidder.
Exactly.
I mean, that's what I think. Here's Dan in Westlake Village. Hey, Dan, you're on ESPN LA. Go ahead.
Hey there, guys. Crazy day. Oh, my goodness. Two components I wanted to ask Ramon about. One is the arena. I think it's worth reminding people AEG owns the building, not the Lakers. I don't know if it's folded in with the Kings or AEG owns it separately. Obviously, there's synergy with Mark Walter where if you wanted to build your own arena, Dodger Stadium would make a lot of sense. What do you think this means going forward? Two is the media rights component. Bob Iger would definitely know what the NBA is thinking going forward in terms of media rights. Obviously, we saw him build Disney Plus, and he's well aware of the streaming component. Would he be willing to push things in a direction maybe we've never seen, where it's all the local rights would be available on a national streaming platform? Curious what you guys think on those two questions.
All right, thanks, Dan. Momo, one thing about Iger is he knows television inside and out. ESPN has broadcast the NBA Finals. Matter of fact, I told Michael the last time I saw Bob Iger at a Laker game, he was sitting next to Adam Silver. So those guys have a relationship. And I think that's an interesting question that he asks.
Yeah.
For people who don't...
Let me tell you this.
Okay.
This is being studied already because the local TV revenues have collapsed everywhere. This is not unique to the NBA. This is baseball. This is hockey. Every sport has issues with it. They're called regional sports networks. The jargon is RSNs, right? The Lakers and Dodgers have the best deal outside of the Yankees, I think, and the Knicks. And they're holding firm right now because they have long-term agreements. But I think the future of regional sports networks and local affiliates is a giant issue the NBA is already tackling. And Bob Iger will be in a position to help tackle it on the Lakers end, but this is a giant league-wide issue that's already being addressed.
And this has been reported already, guys. Spectrum is for sale and has been for sale for a while. So the television situation is going to change. On the radio side, we have a contract that goes past 2030. So the games will continue to be heard on ESPN LA, but the TV situation is fluid. For sure.
Yeah. Well, look, they're owned by Charter now, right? Didn't Charter buy Spectrum, and then Charter, if they could sell them, they would. But the contract is the contract. Like you can walk away from a contract, but then you got to deal with everybody that you're letting down here.
And there's going to be penalties.
Yeah, of course. And that's why I think this is a giant issue across all of sports. Like baseball's trying to solve this, and basketball's trying to like. John, I love League Pass. I love listening to all the local announcers. I would expect that when you buy a brand like the Lakers, you're going to want to keep a lot of the people that are associated with the brand. So I'm less concerned about all you three, right? You're associated already with the brand. Bob lives here. He listens to you.
Yeah.
Like so does Josh, by the way. I think he has a house in Malibu.
He does.
So this is literally just a purchase on the brand. The things that I think could change are, I forget if it was this caller or the last caller, mentioned Crypto.com arena owned by the Anschutz family.
Yeah, it was this caller. And by the way, I just looked it up. Phil Anschutz is 86 years old. He's the guy who owns the Kings and Crypto.com arena.
So
if I'm Bob or if I'm Josh Kushner, I make that call too.
Yeah.
I think Mark Walter was already working on whatever's going on with the arena, because the Lakers should own their arena.
Yeah.
They really should. And they have a long-term lease. I think they just entered into a new long-term lease, but, leases can be broken, right? But also AEG was for sale as a whole 10 years ago. You had to buy all of AEG. You couldn't just buy the things you wanted. But everything is negotiable. Like the Lakers weren't for sale, and they've been sold twice in 10 months.
I have a question for you, Ramona.
Yeah.
And so this came about really quickly. Did
Very.
it come about very quickly because they were already ready to go to buy Vegas if they got approved?
Okay. I've heard of 3 or 4 groups that are very involved in Vegas. One of them is connected to the Walton family.
Who owns Walmart?
Walmart. Okay. Yeah. I think his name is Bill Lowry.
By the way, just for what it's worth, Stan Kroenke is married to one of the Waltons.
Okay. That's
so that
important.
figures into this,
Yep.
too.
There's another one that has the Colangelos. Jerry Colangelo, I think, is involved. I think Vinny Del Negro's involved in that one, too.
Vinny Del Negro?
Yeah.
He's
Then
got
there
money
was
like
this
that?
group. I don't know if he's
Vinny.
Yeah.
A little more money we thought, huh?
Yeah,
I
really.
think there's been that one. It seems to be the one that's going for a lot. Seattle, I think, is going to go to the woman who owns the hockey team up there. I think her last name is Holloway.
Okay.
I don't
There's-
know.
there's a lot of
it's
money
a whole
in Seattle,
process,
too.
Okay, yeah, and they already have the arena, and I think Bill Gates' wife is somehow involved. I mean, there's a lot of this stuff that's going on right now. They're talking. This is billions of dollars, and if you're one of those expansion franchises or bid groups that is trying to get this team, you're negotiating with the NBA, which means you've already got your financial house in order. Like you've already got your money ready to go because the NBA is the one you're negotiating with. You're not negotiating with a former owner. You're negotiating directly with the NBA. And you have to have your financial house in order. You got to get your money in order. And so that's why they could reasonably make this quick pivot. I mean, it's an amazing pivot. It's like the more you think about it, you're like, wow, that's really smart.
All right, we're if you're on hold, stay there. We will eventually get to your calls as we continue to cover this mammoth story, but we will lighten it up next. Michael claims he has a good icebreaker.
Yes. I'm going to get an A grade from Emily today.
So we will.
And if you're on hold, though, we will take your calls at 1 o'clock. Okay,
Right.
so stay there.
Yeah, if you want to be on the show, just stay there. We'll get to you eventually. We're going to take a brief time out and do icebreakers. First, let me tell you about Toyota. Toyota and the Lakers have been in business together for over 50 years. As the official vehicle of the Lakers, Toyota is proud to be a part of one of the great traditions in sports, connecting with fans who bring passion, pride, and that championship spirit every single season. Whether you're heading to the game, taking the family on your next adventure, or just enjoying Southern California, Toyota is there for the journey. If you want to see where Toyota SoCal is showing up next, follow at Toyota SoCal on social media and stay connected to all the people, places, and moments that make Southern California unlike anywhere else. Toyota, we make it easy. Icebreakers next, ESPN LA.
And the breaking news, the Los Angeles Lakers have been sold again. From Mark Walters' team.
I'm here with Angelica, and getting a DUI is serious business, isn't it?
It's a process, Cappy, and if you don't take action within 10 days, you run the risk of some pretty serious consequences. Start by calling or going to fixmydui.org. One of many things Fix My DUI does is help individuals rebuild their lives through stability and reducing the risk of future mistakes. We do this through education and ongoing support.
So the first thing you do,
Visit fixmydui.org or call 888-607-7077. We can help.
Got more icebreakers in about 2 minutes here, but I first want to tell you, think you've got what it takes to take down Travis Rogers and Marcus Grant in fantasy football? Well, listen to DeMarco and Travis for your chance to qualify the Morongo Fantasy Football Face-Off Draft live with Travis and Marcus tomorrow for weekly prizes, and if you're the last fan standing, you'll win 2 tickets to football's biggest stage game. It's all powered by Morongo Casino Resort and Spa. Good times.
And the breaking news, the Los Angeles Lakers have been sold again. From Mark Walters' team to Josh Kushner and Bob Iger. We're reacting all day long on your home of Lakers basketball. Breaking news on ESPN LA, powered by Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
Home of the 15-minute drive-through oil change. Visit SoCalOilChange.com for coupons and locations.
The Lakers have been sold again. Keep listening all day long for us to react on ESPN LA.
National Tell a Joke Day is coming up. I got one. Why did Rick cross the 10 freeway? To get to Morongo. Now your top reasons to visit Morongo.
We're the Fantasy Football HQ for draft parties. Book your draft party today.
Number 2.
We're giving away a 2026 Mustang GT Fastback. Earn entries now, and you could drive off a winner the 31st.
And the number 1 reason.
Good times.
Morongo. Good times.
I'm David Ortiz. When I lost my mom, she was only 46. And I lost my dad to cancer. It was the worst pain I ever felt. It made me think, what will happen with the people I love when my time is up? That's why I have life insurance. Ethos makes it easy. It's all online, take about 10 minutes, and you can get up to $3 million in coverage.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game. Paid testimonial. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Harry Douglas here to help you get in on the sweet life with Cotton Candy 5-Hour Energy. It's that classic throwback cotton candy flavor, but with 0 sugar and a 5-hour energy boost. I keep these with me so I can tackle that sweet tooth with a tasty caffeine kick and no guilty sugary aftermath. Bring on the sweetness with Cotton Candy 5-Hour Energy Shots. Cotton Candy 5-Hour Energy. Available online at 5hourenergy.com or Amazon.
Oh, it's Icebreakers time. Oh, right. That's right. The big voice guy.
Listen to Mason and Ireland. Weekdays noon to 3 on ESPN LA.
Exactly right. Time for Icebreakers on Mason and Ireland. Icebreakers made possible by Blue Ice Vodka. Your fit-friendly vodka with no sugar added, 64 calories an ounce, and keto-friendly. Let's do it. Icebreakers. Presented by Blue Ice Vodka on Mason and Ireland. Take it away, producer Emily.
Take it away, Michael Thompson. We'll see if you get an A this time.
All right, Michael has Icebreakers.
And here's the score. Before we get into his Icebreakers, the score for the month currently is John -29. Mason has 15. He's in the lead, but he is not back until the end of the month. And then we have the others with 8. So Pepe, Ramona, and Wilbur, you're competing with the others. Here we go, Michael.
All right,
For
Michael.
10 points, I was born in 1980 in California.
Okay.
For 9 points, I was a multi-sport star in high school and voted my school's athlete of the year.
Okay.
For 8 points, my voice was used in a Disney animated series.
Okay.
For 7 points, I was an All-American in my sport in the Pac-10.
Emily.
Emily?
Russell Westbrook?
No.
Okay.
All right, M's out.
For 6 points.
He's younger than that.
I was honored by the 2019 U.S. women's soccer team by having my name on the jersey of one of their players.
Oh. Whoa. Okay.
For 5 points, I was inducted into my sports Hall of Fame in 2019.
Pepe.
Pepe.
Rapinoe?
No.
All right, Pepe's out.
For 4 points, I won Olympic gold in 2004 and silver in 2008. Momo.
Jessica Mendoza.
Yes.
Oh!
Hey, you're best.
I did not get that earlier.
Number
hey, Mike,
3
Well,
points.
it wasn't
Michael.
obvious like that it would be softball,
How
right?
many
I thought
points
I was
was
thinking
that for?
basketball.
What point did she get it for? Like what?
4.
4. Okay, got
For
it.
3 points, I was a member of the Mets front office.
Yeah, I
For
did.
2,
Yeah.
I am a baseball analyst and the first to do it
Yeah,
on
I
a
would've got
national
there.
level.
Yeah.
And number 1, for 1 point, I am the former teammate of ESPN writer and contributor Ramona Shelburne.
There you
There you
go.
go.
That's an
Well,
A.
I should have
Good
got it on the
job.
Is that an
Pac-10.
A?
I was
That's an A.
thinking
Good job.
basketball the whole time.
Did you hear that? Emily, say it again. And Ramona didn't hear you.
You got an A. Good
Yes!
job. An A to Ramona as well.
All
What do you
right.
think, Pepe?
So,
All right,
Momo,
all right,
we
all
had Jess on once, and we
Yeah.
said, give us some dirt on Ramona. And
Okay.
I don't know if you heard this. She said, I can't because Ramona got me through a couple of classes. She always had her head in a book, and when I needed answers, I just went to Ramona.
No, it's not
Is that
totally-
true, or is she
not
just trying
really.
to compliment you?
She's trying to compliment me. Like what it was is that I'm very good at I have an almost photographic memory. Okay. So I can read things fast and digest a lot of things fast, and I can remember things. And we had a lot, I can also read things and digest it. And so all I would do was talk things through with her, right? Like, hey, you got to make an essay out of this. Let's talk through what you're gonna write. Like what do you need to know from this class? What do they want you to put in the essay, right? Like
Right.
it's just like coaching.
Yeah, well,
I didn't write
she was a big
you know
fan
what
of
I mean?
yours.
Yeah.
All right, Icebreaker sponsored by Blue Ice Vodka, made from Idaho potatoes. Just flew back from there this morning. And pristine Teton water for a smoother, creamier, cleaner cocktail. with no sugar, just 64 calories an ounce. Look
I got
for
an
Blue
A.
Ice.
The only A I ever got.
Yes.
Well, I'll
I
tell you
really
this.
like that one.
Most of what I would say this about Jess. She's super smart and can do anything she wants, but like anyone, just needs someone to make her believe.
The greatest softball
Right.
player
Does that
ever,
make
you
sense?
say?
Yeah. Is there a better, like I went to
Yeah.
UCLA where Lisa Fernandez went. She had a lot of accolades like Jess. Is Jess in the conversation for best softball player ever?
I say this with all due respect, and my answer is no. I would say Lisa Fernandez is the best one ever.
Wow.
Yeah, but she said Jessica's top
Yeah.
5.
Well, listen,
Yeah.
the only reason I say Lisa is because she was also a pitcher. Lisa,
And she was really good.
she was really good. Like,
Right.
Lisa, to me, I'm old school. I'm OG, right? Like, I grew up watching Lisa. Lisa was the best pitcher and the best hitter. Like, she hit 500.
Wow.
Jessica's in the
500.
like over 500.
That's insane.
It's insane. She's that good. Like she was the best pitcher too.
Well, Jessica will be my tiebreaker today, so you better get it.
Okay, 'cause, I mean, like Jess was an amazing hitter. She's a great outfielder, but she didn't also pitch. So like
Right.
when you're the best at it's like Shohei.
Yeah.
Like, to me, like would you say that Shohei is the best baseball player ever? Basically, in terms
best
of
one I've ever seen.
in terms of being amazing at both things.
Yeah.
Can I give you guys
Yeah.
some breaking news? And it's from one
Okay.
Irvin Magic Johnson.
Ooh, yes. What does
Yeah,
Magic have to
we
say?
always know his tweets are very interesting. He says, I want to congratulate my good friend Bob Iger and Josh Kushner on their purchase of the Los Angeles Lakers! Exclamation point. He goes on to say, Lakers fans, you couldn't have had two better owners. I've known Bob personally for over 40 years. He has always loved the Lakers and basketball, and he will bring championships back to LA. We got hard-hitting stuff from Irvin Magic Johnson.
Well, at least it's positive.
Yes.
Like Pepe was saying, it's just as easy to be positive as it is to be negative. So
No,
I'm
I
glad
said
Magic
it's-
feel.
I'm always positive.
I also wonder what Lakers fans think that, Bob Iger was...
Let's talk about Bob Iger. Can I talk about him?
Yes.
You go ahead. You go
All
ahead,
right,
Momo.
like this is important, okay? Bob was all of our bosses for a long time.
Long time.
He's one of the. There was Michael Eisner, and then there's Bob Iger. There's the Disney chairman. They have that job for a long time. They're legendary deal makers. Bob is also a gigantic sports fan. And I first met him because I'm Momo and I do things like that. I just went up to him at a Clipper game. I'm like, "Hi, Bob. I'm Ramona." Like, I was very young. I don't know how I had the guts to do this, but I just did it. He's really nice. He likes sports. He's friends with Chris Paul. He mentors him. I think Chris Paul will be a name to watch with the Lakers going forward.
Is he a Clippers fan formerly?
No. Formerly.
Yes.
Formerly, I think the
Well,
Chris
that's
Paul
how he
thing,
became friends with Chris Paul, right?
But,
That's why
but
I think Chris could end up working for the
Clippers
Lakers.
season ticket holder thing ended when Chris Paul's tenure ended there. I think.
But
that's
that's positive.
Yeah.
That he loves sport.
He loves sport. Listen, he tried to bring the NFL back to Los Angeles. He was involved in the bid in Carson. If you remember that, between the Raiders and the Chargers, they were trying to develop that site in Carson. He has been floated for all sorts of things. I've heard his name as an NFL commissioner. I've heard his name as running for president. Like, he's that kind of an executive. Like, he's sort of, he doesn't, I don't know that many enemies.
How does he feel about the Lakers' history of the iconic players?
Oh, I mean, he's
Does he
going
close
to
to
get
these
all
guys?
of it.
Because see, what I would like to see him do, and one of his new roles be, or one of his first things do, is bring back the Laker icons, legends around more. The Spurs do a great job of that.
But Michael,
You'll see
I would
their-
argue that when
They're always around.
Jeannie was running, you guys were always around.
Yeah, I'm talking about more recently, more
Okay.
frequently at the games. Have Michael Cooper and Jamal and AC and all these guys at the games more frequently. The Spurs do a good job of that. When
Yeah.
you look in the stands, you see their former players sprinkled all throughout the arena. I think that's cool to bring
But
those guys back.
what Ramona just said is just positive.
I think it's really positive. Like, Adam Silver has done multiple billion-dollar TV contracts with Bob Iger. They have a great friendship and relationship over the years. I think Iger was seen as an ace in the hole for all the bid groups in Vegas, just the same way Magic was like the ace in the hole when they bought the Dodgers. Right? It was like Magic Johnson. Let's use his credibility and popularity to make people understand how great nobody knew who Mark Walter was when they bought the team, but they knew who Magic was.
Right.
And Magic was the face of that. And so I think Bob is the face of this. He's going to be active in this. He's a world-class executive. He lives right here.
Come to more games, Magic. It's always great to see Magic.
Yeah.
At games.
All right. Let me ask you guys something. Let me sneak this in before we get to sports graffiti at the top of the hour. And again, we're going to take calls throughout the day because I know you guys have a lot of questions about this sale. 877-710-3776. Two lines open right now. 877-710-3776. It broke within the last hour, guys, that Russell Westbrook has retired. Michael, what's his legacy?
Oh, my goodness. Hall of Famer, of course.
Of course.
209 triple-doubles to set the record. Obviously didn't win a championship, but he is a gold medal winner. He did win a gold medal, I believe.
Yes.
So
with Kobe.
Yeah, with Kobe. So he's a basketball legend.
Pepe?
Yeah, he is. He's a basketball legend. I personally really like him.
I always have too. I took a lot of heat when the Lakers traded for Westbrook. I thought it was going to work. I was wrong.
We all did.
But the thing I've always loved about Russ, and if you listen to the show, you've heard me say it before, is that, Ramona, I don't know of anybody who played as hard as Russell Westbrook consistently. Like that dude, Mason got tired of me saying it, was always 100 miles an hour with his hair on fire.
Yeah, we knew him at UCLA. I loved his story from Lawndale High, right? Like
Losing
her high in Lawndale.
High.
Nice family.
He's a great family, his own family with his wife Nina and their kids. Like, I think he's one of those stories of just he built himself into that. He did not have a lot of offers when UCLA came.
He only got the offer because Jordan Farmar went pro, right?
Correct.
Is that right?
Yeah. No, yeah, that's
that
the
sounds
story.
right.
Jordan Farmar turned pro. The Lakers drafted him. So Farmar joins the Lakers.
Wow.
And Russ only had one other scholarship offer. I don't know where it was. And Ben Howland said, hey, a spot just opened up. Are you interested? Russ said yes.
Wow.
And within 3 years, he turned himself into a top 5 NBA draft pick.
Fourth pick.
So
he's going to the Hall of Fame.
Oh, yeah, easily.
With that,
nice observation, Pepe.
will he get his jersey retired or number retired
Oklahoma
at Lakers
City.
because
Not by the Lakers.
because he's a Hall of Famer? Don't they retire all the Hall of Famers?
No. You've got to have some type of, like, for example, Karl Malone does not have his number retired by the Lakers.
He was
But it'll be retired by the Thunder.
Thunder for sure.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and I always thought that Russ was a little bit misunderstood in that I had a long conversation with Scott Brooks once. And Scott's one of our assistants, was Russ's coach in Oklahoma City. And I told him how much I loved Westbrook's game and how I appreciated how hard he played. I go, I just wish he wasn't such a jerk to the media and so standoffish, because I think people don't like him. And Scott looked at me and he goes, you've never been more wrong about anything. And I went, what do you mean? And that's not like Scott. He's a really nice guy. He said, ask anybody who's ever played with him. He's one of their favorite teammates of all time. Would literally give you his car if you asked him for it. And he took care of all his teammates, takes care of his family. Michael, we've met his family. His folks, his brother have all come up and said hi to us when we're doing the games. I will always remember Russ fondly. I know a lot of Laker fans are down on him. You can't blame Russ for what the Lakers gave up in the trade. That was somebody else's decision.
Yeah.
And the fact that it didn't work out, you can say that Russ could have, but he came in and he did what he always does. Yeah. He played really hard. He didn't blend well with LeBron and Anthony Davis, and they shipped him out. But he retires today, and congratulations to him. Let me get this in, and then we'll go to the phones. Luca has weighed in. Here's what he just tweeted. Being a Laker means everything to me, and I'm excited to get back on the court and bring a championship to L.A. I've gotten used to big changes over these last few years.
Saying something.
But I know no matter what, there is no limit to the potential of this iconic franchise. I look forward to meeting Josh and Bob so we can get to work building something special in L.A. together. And the reason, Ramona, that I caught this tweet is that it was retweeted by someone who added perfectly said with a gold heart and a purple heart, and the person that retweeted it was Jeannie Buss.
Oh.
So now Jeannie has had her first comment. She has retweeted Luca's tweet saying perfectly said. I would imagine Jeannie will say more in the coming days, but that's her first reaction to everything that's happened today.
This really did happen in like 72 hours.
Crazy.
I really think it has started on Sunday. Okay, so what is today?
That's insane. Wednesday.
Yeah, I don't like. I think everything has been, full speed ahead with the Dodgerization of the Lakers, and Luka's been very involved in the planning and the execution and all this stuff. And then
Totally unexpected.
Like,
totally
this isn't
unexpected.
like Mark Cuban where we heard whispers about him selling for months. And this was just, whoa.
Okay. Let me add this before we go to the phones. Kobe Price, one of the Laker beat reporters, has tracked down Bob Iger and got him to answer some questions. And one of the questions, Ramona, was one of the ones that we were asking. He says, this is Bob Iger, we have every intention to honor the agreement that was made between Mark and Jeannie. If things change, they'll change. But we're going into this with enormous respect and appreciation for who she is and what she represents in the organization. So maybe Jeannie will stay on for a few more years. The original plan was she talked about 5 years perhaps as the governor. Maybe and again, the key phrase in here is if things change, they'll change. So change is possible, but you don't come out and say that if Jeannie's not getting fired tomorrow.
No.
Bob says,
and Bob is from LA. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and I don't know if he's originally from here, but he lives here. He's been around the Lakers. He knows this.
And that is very important.
Yeah.
And he adds, we have enormous respect and appreciation for Jeannie, her father, and what they've contributed to this franchise. So maybe the changes that everyone's predicting are not at least immediately in the offing.
I don't think anything happens imminently.
Your calls next. Momo Informace, Michael Thompson's here, Pepe Montilla's here, ESPN LA.
The home of Rams football, and now the home of The Rich Eisen Show. Weekdays 9 a.m. to noon, KSPN Los Angeles, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
Mornings in LA start with Sedano and Cap.
Here's my thoughtful approach. I still just can't freaking believe it. I mean, honestly.
Weekdays starting at 7 a.m. on ESPN LA.
I still cannot believe that somebody would buy a pro sports franchise. And in this case, not just A. Okay, this is not the Jacksonville Jaguars. This is not the Portland Trailblazers.
It's the crown jewel of the NBA.
Right. This is not the Milwaukee Brewers.
Yeah.
When you think about the biggest brands in American sports,
there's right up there.
when you buy something like this, you would think that this is a long-term hold. This is a legacy franchise. I'm going to pass it down. It's going to be in my family. It's such an unusual thing to have a transaction happen in this short of a period of time with a franchise of this magnitude, with a dollar figure of this magnitude.
The Morning Show with Sedano and Cap. Weekdays starting at 7 a.m. on ESPN Los Angeles.
Welcome to Milagro Tequila, where the sun shines, good times roll, and tequila pours. Take a sip of sunshine this summer with Milagro Tequila, crafted from 100% Blue Weber agave for bright flavor and exceptional smoothness. Shake up fresh margaritas with Milagro Silver. Mix the perfect Paloma with Milagro Reposado, or enjoy the rich, smooth taste of Milagro Añejo on the rocks. Find Milagro at your favorite retailer, in-store, and online. Tequila never tasted brighter. Milagro Tequila. Please enjoy responsibly.
When it comes to hiring, other job sites are still huddling, while ZipRecruiter's already in the end zone. What's the advantage? With ZipRecruiter, when you need to hire someone fast, you get them fast, but you also get the best person for your job. It's a win-win. Plus, ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Recruiting a team or looking for fresh talent, ZipRecruiter covers the field with their powerful technology and immediately starts showing your job to the right candidates. That's why over 4 million businesses have used ZipRecruiter to hire, and why 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within 1 day. ZipRecruiter makes hiring faster, smarter, and more efficient from post to hire before the competition can even line up. Get in the end zone with ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. Try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/LA. That's ZipRecruiter.com/LA.
You know, in sports, you got to have the right team in your corner. Same goes for after an accident. That's why when people ask me who'd I call, it's easy. I tell them my guy, Attorney Big Al. Big Al and his team have been helping accident victims across California for more than 15 years. 1-800-HURT-123. That's 1-800-HURT-123. They're available 24/7. 1-800-HURT-123, or check them out online at attorneybigalca.com. Attorney Big Al is attorney Ken Klein, based in Los Angeles.
And yes, it's sports graffiti time. 1 o'clock in the Southland on the biggest show on the radio, Mason in Ireland. And of course, on Sports Graffiti, we take your calls. And if you're calling into 877-710-ESPN and you're calling into LA's mega sports station, ESPN LA, you're calling in on the Hard Rock Hotline. The Hard Rock Hotline, made possible by Hard Rock Casino Tajon. Bringing you Sports Graffiti today.
Experience gaming, dining, and live entertainment at the easiest drive from downtown LA. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
You get to talk to Mason in Ireland during Sports Graffiti, and we know everybody loves Mason in Ireland. Let's do it. Sports Graffiti time. Take it away, Mace.
All right, it is time. No Mace today. Momo's in here for him. It is time for Sports Graffiti, but we're just going to take calls all throughout the show today with this massive story that the Lakers have been sold again. Here's Steven in Thousand Oaks. Hey, Steven, you're on ESPN LA.
Hey, good afternoon, John. How are you guys doing?
Good, man. How are you?
Good, man. I just want to talk about Bob Iger. I think he could be getting good graces of the Laker fans if he brings back the original gold jerseys instead of these yellow ones. I feel like that would be the first step if you want to get on good graces with us.
I don't understand what you're talking about, Michael. Are the jerseys now different from the ones you used to wear?
I think the gold is the same ones that we wore in the 80s. I don't think it's a different tint. Does it look different to you, Pepe, when they wear the gold or the yellow?
No. Except for the shorts.
Yeah, that call made no sense.
Except for the shorts.
Well,
I was like, man, that's the first thing you thought about.
Bring it back to the old-fashioned uniforms.
Here is Walrus in Encino. Hey, Walrus, you're on Sports Graffiti. Go ahead.
Good afternoon, everyone. I appreciate the delicate way that you are talking about this. I will go ahead, though, and quote, as the history teacher that I am, Pericles from ancient Greece, quote, just because you are not interested in politics does not mean that politics is not interested in you. What I would say is unfortunate, John, is that this has now politicized the Lakers. I appreciate the clarity that you brought as far as who bought the team, but proximity does play a role. And we shall see. Hope springs eternal. But as I am about to have kids come back into my class, I would just caution you to not I'm not saying you're insulting the intelligence of Lakers fans, but I would not poo-poo what people are saying because we live in the real world and real things happen. So I hope it's going to work out, but this has politicized the Lakers. I don't think there's any question about that. You all have a great day.
Yeah, I don't know what he's talking about. The only thing I pointed out was that the brothers are opposite politically. That's all I said.
And if somebody was a conservative, they can't own a team?
Or if they're a liberal, they can't own a team.
Exactly. It makes no sense.
People look for politics wherever they want to look.
Probably in the next burger they order.
Yeah. Here is Chris in Dallas. Hey, Chris, you are on ESPN LA. Go ahead.
Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Just heard about the Lakers sale. First thing I heard was married to a Super Bowl. I'm like, yeah, that has a Lakers owner stamp all over it. So happy for that. The second thing I want to ask actually is basically my concern is, how are the analytical, the scouting, that's going to continue or that's going to be changed? Because that's, I found
this
really,
is
really
actually, Chris,
important,
thanks.
and they keep doing that.
Thanks for the call. This, Ramona, is an interesting question because they had kind of committed to hiring 2 assistant GMs. They only hired 1. They upgraded the scouting department. They got rid of some of the old scouts. Do you know where that all stands now?
I think it's all happening. Like, it's still happening.
You think there be more changes?
I think that the Dodgerization of the Lakers was in process. This sort of the Dodger minds were influencing how the Lakers were operating now. They were hiring a lot of people. They were revamping the business. All those changes are going to happen and continue to happen. But I will say this. I think that nobody expected this to happen. And so it takes a minute for everyone to catch their breath and realize what's going next, right? Like, they were just putting in the new ownership. So now there's a whole nother ownership.
Right. So we've got to kind of go back to square one.
Yeah. I think everybody who's hired is going to stay for a while as this onboarding happens. But, ask me again in 6 months.
The whole analytic department changed, right?
Yeah, well, they didn't have one, and now they do.
Yeah. So we will see.
Way.
Alberto in L.A. Alberto, you're on ESPN LA. Go.
Hey guys, love your show. My quick question is: isn't all administration under contracts like higher ups like Jenny Buss, Kurt Rambis, Pelinka? Like if they get fired, don't they have a contract they have to honor?
Correct.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Albert. But that doesn't mean, Michael, people get fired with contracts all the time. You just got to pay them.
Exactly.
I think anybody who says they know what Bob Iger and Josh Kushner are going to do is making it up, because Iger, in that interview with the California Post with Kobe Price, said he doesn't even know yet what he's going to do because it's all so new. Here is Ken in Newport. Hey, Ken, you're on ESPN LA. Go ahead.
Hi, guys and girls. So I'm a big-time Laker fan, a Dodger fan.
Right.
I pay for those TV stations. And here in front of me, I'm reading something. FCC eyes changes to live sports broadcast rules amid fan frustration. What that says to me is a lot of these games that are blocked on Fridays that I can't see, Laker games, I'm going to have to now come into this restaurant and try to find a seat to watch, because there's going to be more blocked games, and eventually the Laker station and the Dodger station is going to go away based on what I'm reading here. Am I wrong?
I think, Ken, you're misinterpreting it. Here's my understanding. Many teams don't make money off of their local TV deal. The Dodgers and Lakers make millions. So somebody will, it may not be Spectrum, because Spectrum has put the networks up for sale. But as long as those command a rights fee, we pay a rights fee here so we can air the Laker games. As long as it commands a rights fee, you'll have the games on local TV. But Ken, like last year, there were Amazon exclusives, there were Peacock exclusives. You had to deal with all those, right?
Yeah, I did. And the problem is that the place I go, where I live here in Newport, is always packed. So I can't get a seat sometimes, or I'm sitting, with 5 people that are fans of the other team. And that's the most frustrating thing for me at my point in my life. I don't want to lose that. And,
I don't think you're going to. I think, Ramona, would you agree with that, and thank you, Ken, for the call, that there will be a TV deal. We just don't know who's going to own the rights.
Yeah, that sounds right. I think the local TV deals is going to be sorted out at the league level, not necessarily in the local market. It has to be.
Yeah.
It's just it's an issue all over basketball.
Pepe had the same concern earlier, and what I told Pepe was, as long as we're dealing with the Lakers and the Dodgers, and as long as rights fees exist, those games are going to be on TV. We've got so many calls, just one line open now, 877-710-3776. We'll do bonus graffiti next. More of your phone calls. The Lakers have been sold again. From Mark Walter to Josh Kushner and Bob Iger. We have the latest. We'll continue with your calls. Ramona in Mace. I'm John Ireland. Michael's here. Pepe's here. ESPN LA.
And the breaking news, the Los Angeles Lakers have been sold again. From Mark Walter's team to Josh Kushner and Bob Iger. We're reacting all day long on your home of Lakers basketball. Breaking news on ESPN LA, powered by Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
Home of the 15-minute drive-through oil change. Visit SoCalOilChange.com for coupons and locations.
The Lakers have been sold again. Keep listening all day long for us to react on ESPN LA.
Guys, Pizza Hut takes me back old school. Birthday parties, Little League, Friday nights, there was always something special about the Hut. Now, celebrate again with Pizza Hut's new throwback value menu. Iconic favorites like a personal pan pizza, breadsticks, and a 2-liter soda starting at just $4. Feed the family with the original stuffed crust pizza, $11.99 for a 1-topping medium. Try new additions like triple cheese, mac, and gooey s'mores sticks. Go to pizzahut.com or order now on the Pizza Hut app.
Summer is sizzling and the August deals are at Northridge or Wonders Toyota. It's Bethel Durant, and I love my Camry Hybrid. And right now, you can lease a 2026 Camry SE Hybrid CVT for $359 a month or 36 months plus tax. $359 for a new Camry Hybrid? Come on now. It's got to be Northridge and Wonders Toyota.
Lease based on 2026 Camry model 2561 with total SRP of $33,808. Lease in purchase amount of $21,964. $29.99 due at signing. Includes first month's payment and $750 acquisition fee. Security deposit may be required. Unapproved credit, tax, title, license, or extra. Excludes dealer doc fee of $80. Offer ends 8/31/2026.
Here in Los Angeles, our city water is loaded with chlorine and chemicals. That's why I got LifeSource Whole House Water System. It cleans and conditions water from every tap for healthier water with no salt and no regular maintenance. No more harsh, skin-irritating city water. Upgrade your water and your life with LifeSource. I did, and I'm never going back. LifeSource has been doing it for decades. Read the reviews. Call the LifeSource California factory today at 800-WATER-99 or visit LifeSourceWater.com. LifeSource Water, it's not just better, it's essential. LifeSource, taste and feel the difference. Warranty limitations apply.
Shh, here she comes. Surprise! They sent a duplicate shipment to your flower shop. Now you have to pay for 1,000 extra carnations. Also, there's a beehive outside your store, and they're super aggressive. There's thousands of them.
Progressive knows small business owners usually don't like surprises because they cost you money. But a good surprise, saving 10% or more on commercial auto insurance when you pay in full.
Also, the egg salad you just ate was expired. Gross.
Surprise yourself. See if you can save in as little as 8 minutes at progressivecommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Discounts not available in all states or situations.
Skechers elite athlete OG Anunoby has been making history on the basketball court.
Anunoby tips it in. Unbelievable. What a shot.
He's been balling out in Skechers high-performance basketball sneakers, and the world is noticed. But how does OG train off the court to keep in peak physical condition? Hands-free Skechers Slip-ins Aeroburst. They help prepare OG for the physical demands of playing at a championship level. Get your pair of Aeroburst for only $165 at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever high-performance running shoes are sold.
All right, we're rolling on with phone calls. The sale has been announced, broken by Ramona Shelburne, who is sitting across from me today. Boy, you agreed to do this like over a week ago, thinking that this was just going to be a fun,
a month ago,
a fun, goofy Wednesday, and then boom, the Lakers get sold. Pepe Montilla is here. Michael Thompson is here, and let's go to Big Rob in Inglewood. Hey, Big Rob, you're on ESPN LA.
What's up, guys? What's up? Hey, congratulations to our new owners. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I want to say a couple things right quick. I'm happy that Michael Thompson and Ramona both is there. I hear us keep saying, why didn't LeBron give us the same deal? All right. First of all, we didn't get that deal because we see everything that he said about ring culture was nothing but smoke. Okay. He was just talking out of the other end. Okay.
Okay.
The next thing is, why would he stay here if it's about championships? He wouldn't have won. The Lakers are not set to win the championship right now with this roster, even with LeBron. It's no way we're getting past Spurs or OKC with this roster in the next 5 years. So the way it's looking, we might not win a championship with Luka at all.
Rob.
All right, guys, I'll take the –
Rob,
yes.
You still there?
Yeah.
Do you know anybody?
I'm here, yes.
Okay, do you know anybody, any of your friends, any of the people you listen to, anybody you follow on social media that predicted the Knicks would win the title last year?
Actually, I'm in a John Madden football league and we played the championships for $5,000 every season. Who wins the Super Bowl in the John Madden? And I have 5 guys in that group who actually picked the Knicks to win.
I do not believe you. I think turn your mic on.
They were like favorites. They were Vegas betting favorites. No one really thought they would do it, but
at the start of the season, they
were in the mix.
They were in the mix.
Yes,
way.
Go look at the Vegas odds.
Anybody who tells me they picked the Knicks to win the title before the season started, I'm
think
calling
they were
you
like
a
the
liar
Eastern Conference
to
favorites.
your face.
He just said 5 of his friends did. Why would he lie?
Because 5 of his friends said they were going to beat the Spurs or the Thunder in the finals.
And as far as LeBron picking the Sixers, he made the right choice. They are
maybe it's true.
Yeah, they should. If they stay healthy, if Embiid's healthy, they should come out of the East.
Yeah, but we didn't even know that because we were talking about it and we said Miami. You never said Philly.
I think once they got Jaylen Brown, that probably convinced LeBron to go
No,
there.
but you didn't say that the last time that we were here.
Michael, I agree with you. Here's Dan in West Hills. Hey, Dan, you're on ESPN LA. Go.
Good afternoon. I wanted to quickly pivot just since Momo's in the room. Sorry to spring this on you, but we've been talking about potential penalties for Ballmer, Kawhi, Aspiration, the scoreboard company. What if the NBA took the total value of those endorsement contracts and just tacked it on top of the Clips cap number this year, next year, whatever, maybe both, And that would probably certainly get them into the first apron. It might even get them into the second apron. How does that sound as a punishment?
I think it's unlikely. Ramona, my sense of this punishment, even though the situation tends to get worse, is that Kawhi is going to get slapped, the Clippers are going to get slapped, and very little is going to happen to Steve Ballmer. Do you agree or disagree with that?
I don't know anymore. I don't.
Yeah, it's it's too unpredictable
it's
now.
too unpredictable
Nobody's
now.
talking about that right now.
No, I thought the second company was a big deal, and I like. Let's see what happens next now. Like I thought I was on your camp before that, the second company.
Yeah, and now all bets are off. Yeah, I can see that. All right, here's Jim in South LA. Hey, Jim, you're on ESPN LA.
Hey, guys, how you doing? Hey, Michael, good icebreakers. I liked your original one, even though M didn't. But, one of the things that we were all excited about is that with the Dodgers, they spare no expense, right? They do what they have to do. They do what they can. The worry I have is, are these folks going to do the same thing, or did they already stretch themselves as far as they can to get the $12.5 billion? And then, Iger, you guys know how Disney was run, right? Iger runs Disney very quick. He doesn't run it like a tech company where they spend all kind of money. Iger is very careful, right? There was record profits one time, and they announced layout the same day. He's very much a businessman. I just worry that he's going to bring that mentality to the Lakers and cut or not spend as much as he could.
All right, thanks for the phone call. Momo, what do you think?
I'm not concerned about Bob Iger at all. I do think that that's a lot of money for anybody to spend on a team. We're reaching the point where I'm starting to wonder where the ceiling is. Like my brain is going, well, shoot. Like if expansion is up, it's not 6 to 8, it's 8 to 10 now. How many other owners are like, well, let me see what I can get?
Exactly.
It also, that's where my brain is going on this. Not about they got the money. Like they have it lined up. They were obviously clearly in well vetted in the expansion process.
If Dolan put the Knicks on the market right now, what could he get for him?
I don't know.
After today, probably not as much as the Lakers.
What about the Warriors?
Market. Oh, and he owns the arena.
And he owns the arena.
Yeah,
that's about $20 billion.
I mean, the Warriors. They're valued at $9 billion. The Warriors are valued, but I think that's low now.
Coolest thing about if you buy Dolan's company, if you buy MSG, you get the Sphere.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah. Go ahead, Em.
I think that we talked about this when Tom Dundon was put in as the Trailblazers owner and about the cost that he's cutting with the Trailblazers. He can do that. He's the owner. He has the right to do that. But when we talked about it, it's because why would they let him be an owner? Well, because the pool is smaller of who can buy it. When it's getting this expensive, you have to be. You're not as choosy as you once were because only a certain amount of people can buy it.
Well, you always got the Saudis. The Saudis always looking to expand their sports horizon.
The NBA might not necessarily want to enter into until they have to.
But Bob Iger has a business track record that I think the NBA can embrace. That's why I think this is Ramona, do you agree with me that the approval is pretty much fait accompli?
And they're going to look at every owner is like, oh, $12 billion. That's what that helps my value.
Rising tide. What does it say? Raises all boats.
That's right.
Yeah. Here is Thomas in Chicago. Hey, Thomas, you're on ESPN LA. Go ahead.
Hey, guys. Thanks for taking my call. I guess my only angle is I'm a diehard soccer fan, England national team, and obviously Premier League, and obviously the whole Kushner buying FIFA thing. I mean, my algorithm and news has been all about ruining the sport. So I guess the only question is, how is he incorporate with the fans, him and both Iger? Just the whole, is it just a money thing? Does he actually care about winning? Obviously, I don't know the answer, but I'm just looking forward to that just because from my angle, since being a diehard soccer fan, just the whole thing of, trying to, own the sport when the sport's meant for the people and trying to, have stakes and sell it off to other investment groups. I just wonder where his head at and Iger, and I'm just curious and intrigued what their future plans are. Is it this is just a money thing, or do they actually care about the fans and invest in teams?
Thomas, it is a fair question. It's
always
Thank you for the
very
call.
good question.
And Pepe, you know a little about this too. I would be very surprised if Bob Iger attached his name to something that would be underhanded or under the table, or if Josh Kushner was going to try to do something in the NBA similar to what he tried to do with FIFA. And plus, Pepe, the FIFA thing didn't work.
What do you try to do with FIFA? Buy it?
Yeah, he tried to privatize it,
Privatize it.
including the World Cup.
What does he mean, like buying it?
Yeah, and he was going to privatize it and monetize everything that had to do with the World Cup and all of.
Don't they do that already?
No. Right
FIFA
now,
doesn't they're in it to make money.
Right,
Yeah,
but
but
they
it's
make a
not
ton of
private.
money.
Right. Yeah.
And what he was going to do was tie it all to a hedge fund. And
Not a bad idea.
Right, but
They're already
the teams weren't aware of it, and the team said, "Wait a second."
How would it affect the teams?
They weren't going to get any of the money.
Oh, the money.
And
you had to.
Right.
No, it's a lot of money involved, and they didn't know about it, and they
so
were
the
going to do
teams,
it.
Both UEFA, which represents all of the European teams,
Right.
Like so, all the teams that are good, Spain, France, Argentina, they're all part of UEFA, right, Pepe?
No, Argentina is
They
part
weren't
of
going to get
CONMEBOL.
paid? They would have to get paid.
UEFA is Europe.
just Europe.
England,
Okay.
Italy.
All right,
Spain.
so and then CONCACAF, which is North America, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
South and North, yeah.
No, CONCACAF is Central and
yes.
North, Central, and the Caribbean.
So, Michael, what he tried to do, along with Infantino, the FIFA president, is they were going to privatize it, but they didn't tell the teams about it. And the teams were very offended by that and threatened to back out of the World Cup if he went forward with it. So the plug got pulled. And so Infantino may lose his job over it, and Kushner just loses the deal. That is Josh. Now, we've talked about the difference between Jared and Josh. That was Josh involved with the World Cup and with trying to privatize it.
And FIFA might still do the privatizing thing, but with everybody knowing about it because there's a lot of money there.
Here is Murray in Laverne. Hey, Murray, you're on ESPN LA. Hi.
Hey, John, I've never been so angry in my life.
Tell me why.
Mark Walter, when we were renewing our season tickets after 40 years, he marked them up 35%. He said, "Oh, this is what the market will bear." Now he's taken $2 billion out the door. I mean, I've never been so angry. My wife says it's grift, plain and simple, and she doesn't want to renew next year.
Okay, Murray, let me ask you a question. How long have you had your tickets?
Since it would have been '89.
Okay, so you saw Michael play way back in the day. What I would say...
I saw Michael play... hello?
Yeah, you're on.
You saw me play when?
Go ahead,
I saw
Murray.
Michael play. The first game I went to was the Sports Arena against the Celtics.
Wow.
So I saw Kuzi and Russell.
Whoa.
And I love Bill Russell, even though I was a Laker fan.
Oh, yeah.
Murray, what I would say is I'm not so sure. I wouldn't use the word grift. I think it's supply and demand. Teams do this all the time. The Dodgers have priced out a lot of casual fans. So have the Rams. So have the Lakers. It's just supply and demand. If people will pay that.
Well, we are not casual fans.
Right. But
we were used. I have a group of 4 of us who split the tickets. We sit in 300. And we were used to each paying about $200 more a year, so that would be $800 a year. He raised it $2,400 on us.
Yeah, I understand your frustration, and thank you for the call. But Michael, I maintain that that's supply and demand. If people don't buy the tickets at those prices, the prices will come back down.
I'm going to say it like this: the Dodgers raised tickets after they won championships, right? They raised tickets at the beginning. Then they raised them again when they won. Then they raised them again when they won. It kept going up, especially when they paid for Shohei. It's a lot easier to stomach ticket prices going up and cost everything going up when the team is winning. And so I thought there was an increase there that was probably it's probably a correction to get the Laker tickets in line with what it is all around the league. Frankly, the Laker tickets were undervalued before. They were kind of a deal before, compared to the Knicks or the Warriors or some of the other giant franchises that sell, that are very expensive to go to games. But it's just harder to do it when you haven't won a title and
but
you're not riding all that.
It is the name of the game.
Yeah,
As long as people pay, the prices are going to go up.
Yeah, it's like FIFA. We talked about the World Cup.
Yeah.
I didn't want to pay all that money. Did you go to any games?
Yes, I did.
How much did you pay?
more than $1,000.
I didn't do it. Well, first of all, I had really messed up my ankles, but I could not walk to a game at that point. But I thought long and hard about paying $600, and then it went up to $900, and then it was over $1,000. I was like, you know what?
But at the same time, if you love the sport and there is a chance that you will never see a game like that here in your country, but you do it.
Pepe, you're a good example of this. You go to more sporting events than almost anyone I know. You go to a lot of concerts. You go to a lot of sporting events. It's completely up to you whether or not you want to pay the tickets.
That's right. I mean, talk about this fear in Vegas. The tickets are so expensive, but we still go. The people that want to go. If you don't want to go because you don't have the money,
what's the thing about the
go.
Olympics? They're the highest. I think so. The Athletic had a survey. It said the prices for LA Olympics are the highest, like by 28% of any game.
They are really crazy.
The LA organizing committee had a statement that was something like, well, we've done a lot of market research and American consumers are used to paying a lot of money for sporting events. We think they'll buy it, and people are.
And by the way, if people don't pay, if you guys don't pay the price increase, the ticket prices will come down.
Of course.
I mean, that's the way the market
works. But people, like pay-per-view, Michael, for people pay pay-per-view. I don't pay for pay-per-view. You do.
Oh, yeah. Love it.
Okay? But I think that is a waste. But people like to watch the matches, and they pay.
Yeah.
All right. Coming up next, what is going on in the WNBA? They have so much talent and so many great players, but nobody's talking about that. We'll get into that next, and we'll continue to cover the shocking news that the Lakers have been sold again. They're not even for sale. They've been sold. Bob Iger and Josh Kushner are buying the Lakers from Mark Walter. If you're on hold, stay there. We'll get to you eventually. Mason in Ireland. Momo in for Mace. Michael's here. Pepe's here. Michael wrote a game today, so we'll play that again next hour for Game of Games. ESPN LA.
You never know what you're going to get when you wake up with Sedano and Cap.
Like, how much could you really love the Lakers if you flipped it like a property?
Right. I mean, this was a business transaction. This was not about where your heart is. And that's what Mark Walter seemingly did. He flipped the Lakers. Wasn't married to the Lakers.
Yeah.
It was an investment.
It's the morning show with Sedano and Cap. Weekdays starting at 7 a.m. on ESPN LA.
National Tell a Joke Day is coming up. I got one. Why did Rick cross the 10 freeway? To get to Morongo. Now your top reasons to visit Morongo.
We're the Fantasy Football HQ for draft parties. Book your draft party today.
Number 2.
We're giving away a 2026 Mustang GT Fastback. Earn entries now, and you could drive off a winner the 31st.
And the number 1 reason.
Good times.
Morongo. Good times.
More of your calls coming up and more about the sale of the Lakers to Kushner and Bob Iger. But it's match day at BMO Stadium. The Black and Gold take on the Black and Gold play today in Leagues Cup action tonight. Tune in for pregame coverage starting at 7 p.m., leading you right up to kickoff at 7:30. Hear all the action on ESPN LA 7:10 a.m. or in crystal clear digital audio on the ESPN LA app, home of LAFC.
Call Jacob. Hey, it's Mace.
And I'm Ireland.
After a crash, you are on the spot. You got to make the right decisions.
800-345-6789. Count the facts. Count on Jacob.
Count your options, then count on Jacob. 800-345-6789.
Put it in your phone. Memorize it.
Accident or injury. Call Jacob and Ronnie. Call Jacob. 1-800-345-6789. Call Jacob.
Rich Eisen here with some advice. If high-interest credit card debt is grinding you down, it might be time to call an audible with a SoFi personal loan. It consolidates your debt into one low monthly payment with no fees required. And with as soon as the same-day funding, you can make the right play fast. Call an audible on your debt today at SoFi.com/debtplay. Loans originated by SoFi Bank N.A., member FDIC. Terms and conditions apply. NMLS 696891. Fast funds terms apply at SoFi.com/debtplay.
That pallet of pavers collecting dust? The beginnings of a garden? Those stray fence posts? Are you haunted by half-finished projects on your land? John Deere is here to say, not anymore. Our compact tractors allow you to swap implements easily, and they're backed by the nation's largest dealer network. You always had the right idea, and with the right tools, those projects can get finished for good. Nothing runs like a Deere. Learn more at johndeere.com/compact tractors.
And what a Wednesday it is. It is the biggest show on the radio. Mason and Ireland. Johnny I's here. We got some Momo, Michael Thompson, Pepe on the day that the Lakers get sold again. We're reacting all day on your home of Lakers basketball. LA's mega sports station, ESPN LA.
All right, on a day where the Lakers have been sold to Bob Iger and Josh Kushner, Mark Walter getting out of the NBA business. As of now, he still owns the Dodgers. We'll have to wait and see if anything happens there.
What would they sell for if he put them up on market?
That's a great question.
That's got to be at least $12 billion.
What
did you buy them for? $2 billion?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it'd be crazy.
More than $12 billion.
More than 12?
Oh, yeah.
So we're taking a lot of calls today. I want you guys to be able to ask questions and to react. But I wanted to touch on this. This is something that we can't do when Mason's here because he just doesn't want to touch it. It puts him in a weird spot. And that's this stuff going on with the WNBA. Bill Simmons said this early in the week about the WNBA. Michael, I'm going to play for you, and I want you to tell me if you agree with him.
But what the league really needs is a commissioner. And I would personally bet anything that we will not have this commissioner next year. I've never seen a league more determined to not push fun stars and fun storylines and fun people. Like this Olivia Miles, like if this was the NBA, this would be all anyone talked about. Like, have you seen Olivia Miles? She's on tonight. Oh my God. Oh, I saw the commercial. And in WNBA, it's like, she's like an annoyance that she's just a good storyline. Like push your players. And then instead it's all this discourse stuff and they're just stepping in bear traps left and right because they have no adults in charge of the league. Here's how stupid they are. Their finals are going to be on 2 different channels, depending on the game. How stupid and desperate for money do you have to be to agree to that? It's too bad, though, because the league, they by far have the best collection of players that I think they've had. And I don't know anybody who thinks they're well run. So they have to fix this, and I hope they do.
Michael, if I were running the WNBA, I would simply come out and say, right now they have a rule in their charter that says only women are allowed to play in the WNBA. I just change the wording. Just say only women who were born female are allowed to play in the WNBA. And I think all this goes away.
Exactly. That's what the WTA is doing, women's tennis.
Yeah, even Martina Navratilova is with me.
Exactly.
But Emily, when I said it to you, you kind of said, I don't love it. Why don't you love it?
I just don't. I don't think WNBA players as a whole will agree to that. I don't think that they, as a whole, there are going to be
Do they get a vote?
They probably will. The WNBA PA has a say in it. I believe that they should have a vote in it. I also just think that's a slippery slope and an issue that isn't there. It's an issue.
What do you mean?
Is the issue that is being brought up. There are no trans women in the WNBA right now. There are not.
There's one guy or one girl who says she wants to be.
But they're not in the WNBA.
But she
They're
wants
not.
to be next year.
There's one. There's one that says she identifies as a man,
And
but
wants
she
to
was
play
born
next year.
female.
Non-binary?
Under my theory, she would still be welcome to play. What do you do about Royce Young and Enes Kanter?
They're just doing it as a publicity stunt.
I agree.
They are not.
What do you do with them?
What you do with them is that in order to have somebody who is trans to play in a sport that was not assigned at birth, they have to undergo hormone therapy. And say, because that's what the NCAA did for a very long time, that in order to play in a sport that is not your assigned sport at birth, you have to be underneath hormone therapy for X amount of time, say like 18 months.
Right.
You have to get injected with hormones in order to do it for a certain amount of time. And
But
so to prove that you're actually
doesn't
a trans
my
person,
plan simplify and take all that out of it? Just if you're born a woman, you can play. If you're not, you can't.
But the issue is that trans people believe that they are born a woman. I know trans people. They believe that that's who they are. That they just their gender assigned at birth is different than who they know that they are. So they would disagree that they aren't a woman at birth. They believe that they
I
are
think until they address it, they're going to continue, like Bill said, they're going to continue to step in bear traps. And by the way, guys, Pepe, do you watch WNBA ever?
Sometimes.
Okay, it is better than it's ever been.
It is, yeah.
Caitlin Clark's great. Olivia Miles is awesome. Asia Wilson's the best player in the league.
That's right.
The Liberty's really good. The Lynx are probably going to win the whole thing again.
Could be.
But, Michael, they keep focusing on things that don't have anything to do with all those great players. We got to get the focus back on the players, don't
Aren't we doing that by this conversation? By you saying that,
right?
Isn't it bringing it back to that, what you don't want to talk about? So I think instead of us litigating an issue that isn't there, that we talk about the WNBA basketball. I think that's what the players are asking for, is to have it actually talk about the basketball. I think putting that into their charter is only going to make it worse.
I think putting it in their charter makes it all go away.
I disagree completely.
Too much of an activist league. They need to get back to basketball. For example,
but it's
you know
always
that they
been
refuse,
like that, Michael.
You know they refuse to put America 250 on their All-Star jerseys. Come on, you cannot be doing that. Baseball did it. Other leagues do it.
Why?
Because some people think they're anti-American. Why would you not have USA 250 on your jersey?
I hope whatever they decide to do, I hope that people will pay attention to how good these players are this year, because this is the best WNBA season I've ever seen. And I don't watch every WNBA game, but the games I watch, I can't believe how good Olivia Miles is. I can't believe how, Caitlin Clark, take all the politics out of Caitlin Clark's a great player.
Well, that's another thing, too. The girls just still jealous of her.
Yeah.
Of all the attention, and Olivia Miles is just as good as her. Olivia Miles is special. I can't believe Dallas passed her up to draft AZ Fudd, who's a good player, but Olivia Miles, man, she looks like a combination of Steve Nash and Isaiah Thomas.
Yeah, she's awesome. And Juju's probably coming in next year. Juju Watkins, if she gets healthy and plays good.
She's a good player, but this Olivia Miles
This Olivia Miles is – if you haven't seen her play, you got to check it out. She's good. I just wish that whether you use Emily's route, whether you use my route, whatever route you choose, I wish the conversation would get back to the basketball.
Just basketball, yeah.
Because the basketball is so good.
But
I will say, I think we can have a way in doing this. If we did want to do it, is that if I know we just did the end of this segment.
Yeah.
If we, as a sports radio station or sports radio show that talks about mostly men's sports, men's domestic sports, if we talked about it, it could also make a difference. Instead of talking about the highly politicized rhetoric that has come out of what we are criticizing the WNBA for.
Yeah, but the problem is it's not going away. And in order for it to go away, I think they need to address it and then move on. Mm-hmm. And then I'm with you. And then all we do is we talk about the basketball. Yeah. By the way, the Sparks should be better. They should be. I can't understand
Which,
why
by the way, they're not in this whole deal, apparently. They are not. It was only the Lakers that was sold.
Good point. I'm glad you brought that up.
Josh Kushner and Bob Iger.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up. All right, so let's get back to calls on the sale. Trucker Rick in Vegas thinks this sale might be a good thing. Rick, what do you mean? Why is this good?
What's up, guys?
Love the horn.
I love the Lakers, but I gotta change the topic. Alan, yesterday the Raiders had an open practice in Allegiant Stadium, and I know you jumped off the Raider bandwagon, but I think you did a disservice to yourself. Mendoza is tall. He looked good yesterday. Every player, I know it's early, everybody's healthy, but I'm telling you, the Raiders had a different feel and a different look yesterday when I was watching them in practice. They have a game tomorrow. I cannot wait for this game to see Mendoza play a real football game, but I'm telling you, John, you're going to regret jumping off this bandwagon. I'm telling you right now.
I hope I do. I don't wish any animosity towards the Raiders, Michael, but I think they're going to finish last in the AFC.
I can't believe they're going with Cousins over Mendoza. We know what Cousins is. He's just a regular veteran.
Okay.
Let this kid play
How
right
long
away.
is that going to last?
You say no way. Who did they finish ahead of? The Broncos, the Chiefs, or the Chargers?
No, they didn't in the past, but they're gonna.
No, but this year, which one of those teams will they finish?
Ahead of the Chargers.
The Chargers are going to win the division.
No way.
What are you talking about? They got their whole offensive line back and Justin Herbert at quarterback.
Denver is going to win that division.
Denver, have you seen Denver's schedule?
Denver is going to win the division.
What about the Chiefs?
I don't think you're crazy, but their schedule's really
Remember
hard.
last year nobody was paying attention to Denver?
I think this is the way it finishes. Chargers 1, Chiefs 2, Broncos 3, Raiders 4. Michael, you agree or disagree?
Chiefs first. Not as long as Mahomes is back.
I think Denver first.
Okay, we all disagree. M, who wins the AFC West?
Chiefs.
That'd be a great.
Mahomes is back.
Right, but and they did get the Kenneth Walker, the Super Bowl MVP, They could use some help at receiver. The receivers are a little thin.
They'll have an easier schedule because they didn't finish first in their division.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. We'll get back to.
So you don't think that the Raiders are going to be better than last year?
I do think they're going to have a better record than last year, but last year they finished with the worst record in the NFL.
How many wins they get?
Raiders are going to go 8-9.
I think they'll go 9-8.
Well, so we're not that different.
Put $1 on it.
By the way, Pepe, if they go 9-8, they ain't finishing ahead of anybody.
I'm just playing with you.
I have a question for you, John. Maybe you can talk about it on the other side.
Yeah.
So the Lakers sold for $12.5 billion.
Correct.
Should Jerry Jones just sell right now?
No. He never will.
We can do it on the other side. We can talk more about it on the other side.
Yeah, and we'll get more of your phone calls. 877-710-3776. The Lakers have been sold again to Bob Iger and Josh Kushner. Mark Walter getting out of the NBA business. More of your calls coming up. Mason and Ireland, ESPN LA.
And the breaking news, the Los Angeles Lakers have been sold again. From Mark Walter's team to Josh Kushner and Bob Iger. We're reacting all day long on your home of Lakers basketball. Breaking news on ESPN LA, powered by Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
Home of the 15-minute drive-through oil change. Visit SoCalOilChange.com for coupons and locations.
The Lakers have been sold again. Keep listening all day long for us to react on ESPN LA.
John Ireland here. You want a vodka that's championship caliber? Look for Blue Ice Vodka at Ralph's, America's largest potato vodka. Double gold rated, just 64 calories an ounce. Classic, Huckleberry, or double espresso. Blue Ice Vodka. Vodka with standards.
When it's time for your next vehicle, make the winning play at George Chevrolet. It's Chris Morales telling you to go see John Good at George Chevrolet. With straightforward pricing, real savings, a great selection, and award-winning service, George Chevrolet is committed to earning your business by saving you money. Whether you're a first-time buyer, rebuilding your credit, or ready to upgrade, their team is here to help you find the right vehicle at the perfect price. Visit George Chevrolet off the 91 freeway in Bellflower or shop online at georgechevy.com. Chevrolet, together let's drive.
Hey, LA and OC, if you love great food and smart prices, you need to know about Wild Fork Foods. Hosting, grilling, you just want a great dinner? Start at Wild Fork Foods. Find your local SoCal store at wildforkfoods.com. Wild Fork, quality meat and seafood, low prices, largest variety in one store.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. Do you feel like you're losing control of your finances? If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, we can help you take back control. The IRS is the largest and most aggressive collection agency in the world, and they can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Take control of your tax problem now by calling the experts at U.S. Tax Shield and take advantage of the Fresh Start program and new laws that may allow us to negotiate a settlement for the lowest amount possible. Our team of tax attorneys and enrolled agents can stop collections and get you protected so you can take control of your financial future. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, so call now. 800-687-5192. That's 800-687-5192. U.S. Tax Shield. 800-687-5192.
Hi, this is Matthew Stafford of your Los Angeles Rams. This is Mason and Ireland on your home of Rams football, 710 ESPN.
All right, Mason and Ireland, the Lakers have been sold again. Michael Thompson here, Pepe Mantilla is here. Momo is working this story. She stepped out for a minute. Her phone has been ringing nonstop. She's texting. She's going to update the story throughout the day. Here is Greg in Laverne. Hey, Greg, you're on ESPN LA. What do you got?
Hey, guys. Hi, Ramona. John, been a fan since, 30 years since you were on KTLA doing sports, bro.
Thanks, man.
I want to comment. Yeah, sure thing. I'm an investor. I've invested in Disney, and there's a reason why Iger doesn't own it. I mean, they ran him out. The board ran him out. He's more interested, like the other caller said, in dollars and cents than he is in winning. The worst part is look what he did to Cinderella. I mean, he's woke, not saying that's a bad thing or a good thing, but, he's not – you're worried about the WNBA, the Lakers are going to join it now. And, we went from someone that's going to spend incalculable amounts to win. This guy doesn't care. It's going to be Frank McCourt all over again. I know some of you guys are going to disagree with me because it's a loaded subject you can't talk about, but it is what it is, man. You're going to rue the day that Iger bought this team. Remember this call. I swear.
Okay, I don't know why you think that, but Bob Iger has a pretty good track record of running Disney. He owned us for a lot of years. There's just nothing to indicate that he's going to fail at this anymore. I mean, if you want to make the argument that he may not succeed, I guess that's possible. But to say that that we're going to rue the day that he bought the team, I mean, you don't want to give this guy a chance? It doesn't make any sense. You must have some other issue. Lee in Laverne. Hey, Lee, you're on ESPN LA. What do you got?
Hey, John. Hey, long time, first time. Hey, I just want to comment on Mark Walters. I think he's just a complete business savant. The way, he put the best talent money can buy on the floor for the Dodgers, and he's the first owner to make $1 billion last year. And then today to pull this high savvy chess move and get out for 12.5, that means he literally got the Dodgers for free. He's just too smart for the rest of everybody else.
So you think it was strictly a business deal, that he realized he could make $2.5 billion in less than a year and he jumped at it?
I think there was a little bit more to do with the legal issues he's got going in Chicago, but whatever. It worked out. It just looks amazing on paper.
I think
all right, thanks,
cheap.
man.
I would have asked for $15 billion.
That's what you said.
Yeah. I think $12.5 billion. That's a good deal that Iger got.
Cameron in Lake Forest. Hey, Cameron, you're on ESPN LA. Go for it.
So I just want to know that did he look at this and say, I don't know if I can, compete with the Dodgers level because the NBA has a salary cap and baseball doesn't have a salary cap?
Cameron, this is a good call. This is a good call. I thought about it. Thank you for calling. Michael, I thought about this. The rules in baseball are different than the rules in the NBA. In baseball, there's no salary cap.
But you still get penalized, right?
No, well, you get revenue sharing, but you can defer money. Like Shohei's only making, I think, something like $2 million this year, but they're deferring $700 million in salary.
But you're talking about the Cohen tax, which does exist, where you get taxed over a certain threshold.
Right. But do you guys think this had anything to do with why Mark Walter got out, in that NBA and Major League Baseball play by different rules?
I definitely think that could be the thing, where maybe he got under the hood, realized that maybe the way that he had run the Dodgers was not necessarily a way that could be successful with the Lakers, or got under the hood and realized he wasn't the right person to lead this for whatever reason. I could see that as a way of not just the potential with the investigation, and also maybe I'm not going to be able to do this the same way that I did with the Dodgers, and I don't want to do it anymore.
Let's go to Ray in Valencia. Hey, Ray, you're on ESPN LA. Hi.
Hi, John. John, I've been on hold for 50 minutes, but it's going to be well worth the question I'm about to ask.
Okay.
This question is more for you, but Michael, Pepe, Ramona, please jump in on this one. I'm still, out of all the Lakers we lost this offseason, of course, LeBron hurts the most. I mean, what 41-year-old puts up a double-double nightly? It's must-watch TV. But let me get there. The one that also really hurts is, how do we lose Luke Kennard for 2 years, $12 million to Phoenix, where every trade deadline we're so desperate on finding a shooter, and of course now we have Luka, and we trade all these assets. We don't have any assets now, but why do we lose him? That's all I want to know. How do we lose Luke Kennard?
Ray, you are preaching to the choir, my friend. I think all three of Pepe. I've never asked you. Michael and I love Luke Kennard. Pepe, were you the same way?
Oh yeah,
I
agree.
I would have loved to see Kennard stay.
And Rui played great.
Michael, how long before we got him did I say, why is Luke Kennard not valued in this league?
I know.
He's the best three-point shooter in the NBA on a team that Luka demands a double team, so Luke's going to be open for shots. I was really sad when
I
that
will say he was pretty quiet
Ru-
in that second series in the playoffs. Like he goes hot and cold sometimes, and he went cold in that second series for the Lakers.
And Rui Hachimura was our best.
He was solid all year,
shooter.
steady, and it was cheap. It was only $15 million, and only $6 million for Luke.
I'm Ray. I wish I had answers for you but you're actually talking to three people that wish the same thing you do. I wish they would have kept him. Michael, I think one of the edicts was they had to get younger and more athletic. Luke's a little older, but he can shoot, man.
30 years of age.
Yeah.
And his skill ages. He could do this till he's 40.
Right. But he won that game for us in Orlando. He had a lot of big shots.
Yeah.
I remember I was talking to one of the assistants who worked with him when he was on the Clippers. And I said, why isn't Luke Kennard more valued? And the coach said, I don't know, but he's great. I loved Kennard.
Yeah, I can't leave
I'd
him
love
open.
to try and go back and get him again.
He's in Phoenix now, right?
Yeah. And that is a great pickup for Phoenix. Here is Alfred in L.A. Hey, Alfred, you're on ESPN L.A. Go for it.
How you doing, gentlemen? Been listening for quite a long time. My thing is just on the cost of all of these sports going on. In L.A., I'm the pastor of a church where I have about 20 young people.
Okay.
The only time they get to professional sports opportunities is when we take them. We were told this year it was going to cost $83 a seat for a Dodger game. We can't do it. And with the sale at $12 billion, it just prices more small inner city kids out of sports attendance.
Albert,
That's
you're
all I
making. Thank you for the call. You're making a good point. Here's, Michael, how I would try and rectify it. And I think every team in town would get a ton of great PR if they did this.
Yes.
Go ahead and hike up the prices of the seats close to the court or the field.
Right.
But have one or two sections at Dodger Stadium, at Crypto.com Arena, at the Intuit Dome. One or two sections that have $15, $20 seats. That's it.
Yep.
And then for a guy like that who wants to take a group of 20 young kids.
Exactly.
And by the way, the Lakers Youth Foundation gives away thousands of tickets every year.
Every game.
So there is a way to do this, but they're limited. What would be wrong with not just the Lakers, but the Dodgers, the Angels, the Rams, the Chargers, everybody having 2 to 3 sections that don't have to be the best seats in the house. They can be up high, but that are insanely affordable.
Yeah.
Wouldn't the PR from that just reverberate goodwill to all these teams?
Yes, but wouldn't those tickets get sold and flipped?
Maybe.
But
there are ways to control that.
Yeah, there's ways to control that, I guess.
I just think that no one's even attempting it, and I'm not picking on any one team, but if I owned a team, let's say I own the LA Kings, the hockey team.
Yeah.
I would make 2 or 3 sections upstairs ridiculously affordable, and I'd put a food deal in there too. So let's say you pay $10 for the ticket, and then you can get 4 hot dogs, 4 Cokes, 4 bags of peanuts, all for another $10. And then a guy like that who wants to take a whole bunch of kids. He said it was costing him $83 per ticket.
Yeah.
I'd have that whole family out of there for $80.
Yeah.
And I think that you could make up the money by charging more for the courtside seats.
Right, exactly.
Because those people can afford it.
The Atlanta Falcons have a very, very affordable concession stands. They have, the main thing, like you were saying, popcorn, hot dogs, a slice of pizza, all that you can get for under $25. And so they seem to still be doing okay.
Yeah, that's what I would do.
Yeah.
But I'm Ramona's right. It's unlikely to happen, but that's what I would do. All right, coming up next, we'll do a little bit of fast track. Emily's got a couple things she wants to throw at us, but we will continue in every segment to talk about this sale.
Woo.
Mark Walter selling the Lakers unexpectedly. Ramona broke the story this morning. You've just been working phones for the last 20 minutes.
I got a little more for you.
Okay, so we'll get to that next and more fast track. Michael has Game of Games today. We'll play that. Lighten the mood around here in about 40 minutes. Mason and Ireland, ESPN LA.
And John, tell us about Globe Life.
I don't mind if I do. Globe Life is the best protection you can set up long before you ever need it. They're a life insurance company. And they'll set you up with protection that stands between your family and the unexpected. Globe Life's roots go back more than 125 years, and today they issue more life insurance policies than any company in the country. Coverage you can apply for in minutes, online or with an agent. Build your family's defense at globelifeinsurance.com. That's globelifeinsurance.com. Globe Life, the official life insurance of the Los Angeles Lakers. Mason and Ireland, ESPN LA.
Hi, this is Sean McVay of your LA Rams. The Rams play here. KSPN, Los Angeles.
710 ESPN.
A good karma brands radio station.
Mornings in LA start with Sedano and Cap. Weekdays starting at 7 a.m. on ESPN LA.
Is it conceivable that one ultra-rich guy calls another ultra-rich guy and just says, hey, this may sound completely crazy. What would you think about selling the Lakers to us?
100% very possible. I think, if anything, it will be a similar outlook to what we had previously about these are guys that are going to be willing to spend in the margins, and they're going to do whatever's best for adding the stuff in the uncapped areas, front office, coaching staff, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And you're also led by a guy in Bob Iger. And look, maybe I'm biased because I've been around him a little bit. You know, he was the boss around here. But I know for a fact that he is a monster NBA fan. This is someone who truly loves the sport of basketball.
The Morning Show with Sedano and Cap. Weekdays starting at 7 a.m. on ESPN Los Angeles.
National Tell a Joke Day is coming up. I got one. Why did Rick cross the 10 freeway? To get to Morongo. Now your top reasons to visit Morongo.
We're the Fantasy Football HQ for draft parties. Book your draft party today.
Number 2.
We're giving away a 2026 Mustang GT Fastback. Earn entries now, and you could drive off a winner the 31st.
And the number 1 reason.
Good times.
Morongo. Good times.
Welcome to Milagro Tequila, where the sun shines, good times roll, and tequila pours. Take a sip of sunshine this summer with Milagro Tequila, crafted from 100% Blue Weber agave for bright flavor and exceptional smoothness. Shake up fresh margaritas with Milagro Silver. Mix the perfect paloma with Milagro Reposado, or enjoy the rich, smooth taste of Milagro Añejo on the rocks. Find Milagro at your favorite retailer, in-store, and online. Tequila never tasted brighter. Milagro Tequila. Please enjoy responsibly.
And it is 2 p.m. in the Southland on the biggest show on the radio, Mason and Ireland.
And it is time for Fast Track.
Fast Track.
The return of Fast Track, driven by our friends at Cerritos Auto Square. Why do more people buy their car at Cerritos Auto Square than from any other location in Southern California? Easy. With 24 dealerships side by side, car shoppers can find the right car at the right price at the right location. Cerritos Auto Square. Learn more at CerritosAutoSquare.com.
Time for Fast Track.
Down low is 350 cube, 3 1/4 horsepower, 4-speed, 410 gears, 10 coats of competition orange, hand rubbed lacquer with a blue plane manifold, and race cams.
Fast Track on Mason and Ireland.
Time for Fast Track. Take it away, Mace.
All right, zoom, Em. What do you got?
Yeah, we're gonna get right back into the Lakers sale soon, but I wanted to do this new piece of news. Adam Schefter tweeted this out this morning. The Jonas Brothers will headline the halftime show during the Melbourne, Australia game between the 49ers and the Rams. It takes place on September 11th in Australia time, but it's taking place on Thursday night, our time. It's going to be very interesting. But they also performed at halftime, I guess, during the World Series. Like what, between innings 4 and 5?
Yeah, that wasn't their fault. They put him on in the middle of the game, which
Right.
was a really tactical, dumb move.
They also did the FIFA World Cup, not the Jonas Brothers, but they added a halftime show. How do you feel about this? Do we think that it's a good thing to have a halftime show for a regular season game?
Netflix?
It sounds like Netflix always does this.
Yes, it is a Netflix game.
Michael,
I don't
mind.
like.
Okay, Pepe, tell me why, because I don't mind it as long as they don't make it any longer than a regular halftime.
But they usually make it longer.
Right, but if they don't, if I could guarantee you they don't make it longer, would you be okay with it?
That's okay if they make it like in 15 minutes, but that's never going to happen.
Michael, you okay with halftime shows in NFL games, regular season games?
Yeah, that's usually when you tune out anyway, so it doesn't matter.
As long as they play the song Sucker. That's a good song. Yeah. It would appear to me that is I I don't mind the Jonas Brothers. I think they're harmless. I think
that's
that,
fine.
if people like them. And
I do think it does add time to the halftime, which could throw off the, I know people talk about this for the Super Bowl all the time, that because they have the halftime show, it's just a longer halftime than you used to, so you're kind of sitting around in the game and could change the momentum of whatever team is leading.
Totally.
So that's something to keep in mind if that does happen in this.
Both teams have to wait the same amount of time, so there's nothing to do with it.
But I think we saw with the hydration breaks how that actually did affect some games.
All the
Because
time.
you go
All
into the
the
hydration
time.
break with one team and the momentum all in that one half, and the other team has a chance to re-strategize, break, and go. So it's not crazy. It doesn't benefit the person that has all the momentum going in their direction.
It changes the momentum totally.
Oh.
The
So you're playing
hydration
well,
thing.
and all of a sudden hydration break comes, and what, you're not supposed to come out and keep playing well? What, you're
No,
supposed to
because
just
it
check
changes
out?
the momentum.
Pepe,
Momentum
you don't
is
like
very
those
important.
hydration breaks, do you?
Momentum is very, very important.
Right, but do you like the hydration breaks?
I don't.
Yeah,
want
I
the
don't
players-
either.
players
Get
who-
rid of them.
What about the players who need it because of the heat?
Well,
That's Michael. That's a crutch.
Yeah.
They're doing that so they can run full commercials.
Yeah, of course, Michael. Come on.
World Cup soccer went on for 100 years before we added those.
And we had
stupid-
better games.
I have a 10,000-foot view, which is all of what we've been talking about is that sports are worth a lot more money than they have ever been worth.
Right.
And I think a lot of that is just social media, AI, whatever you want to call the way the world has gone the last 10 years.
Yeah.
But sports are the one place where we have this authentic real life experience. And so that's just worth like a lot more. And people are going to try to make lots more money off of it.
Of course.
All right, so
That's it.
Momo, during that last segment, you were out in the hallway
Yeah.
with two phones, one in your left ear, one in your right ear. What'd you learn?
I'm trying to understand how Bob Iger and Josh Kushner have been friends and business partners, how they're involved as new Laker
How they're
owners.
connected. Yeah.
And apparently this relationship goes back several years. And Josh Kushner's married to Carly Kloss,
Right.
who's a supermodel and
Yep.
really bright woman. And she maybe, I don't know how the years on it, but let's say 5 or 10 years ago, had an interest in saying, I want to have a career too. I want to,
Right.
who's done
She
this?
doesn't want to just be known as a
Yeah.
model.
Who's done this? Who can mentor me? Who's an idol? Reached out to Willow Bay, who's Bob Iger's wife. They got to be friends first. She was sort of mentoring her. Willow was a model, then she hosted Inside Stuff. If you remember,
she did more than that. So if you were looking for a mentor, somebody to follow, you could do really well to follow Willow Bay. Willow Bay went to Penn. Okay,
Yes, very bright woman.
Then, all right, she was at Ford Modeling Agency. So I'm not saying that she wasn't beautiful and she wasn't a model. She was. But after that, Momo, she went to work for Good Morning America.
Yep.
She went to work for the Today Show. People remember her because she hosted Inside Stuff with Ahmad Rashad. But since 2017, Willow Bay has been the dean of the Annenberg Communication School at USC.
Yes.
She's the dean of the broadcast school at USC.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, one of the people she asked to come speak at the graduation a few years ago, and it's on YouTube if you guys want to go watch it, and the speech is fantastic, is Maverick Carter.
Oh.
LeBron and Rich Paul's buddy who's involved with Clutch. But he just talks about how, and it's funny that you caged it the way you did. Carter in this speech, and Willow introduces Carter, and then Carter talks to the graduates. And the speech he makes is, and it's a good way to live your life. You've got to live by the saying, more than. You're not one thing. Like in your case, Ramona, you're a good example of this. You're not just a writer. You're a television reporter. You're a mom. You have friends completely separate of what you do for a job. And Maverick Carter stressed to everybody, and Michael, I thought of you when I heard this speech, because one thing that you beat into my head from a young age is that if you're a parent, Michael and his wife Julie raised 3 professional athletes. Clay and Mikey played in the NBA. Trace played in Major League Baseball. And you said one of the things you stress with your kids is you can't just marry yourself to one thing. You always said that when the basketball season ended, you would throw your basketball shoes in a closet and you would swim, you would cross-train, you would go on vacation, you would live a well-rounded life. And so if Carly Kloss wanted a mentor and she chose Willow Bay, that's really smart.
Yeah, and
because Willow Bay has had an extraordinary career.
And so the wives got to be friends. Then the husbands got to be friends. I think when Bob Iger retired from Disney the first time, remember there was that he retired, but only for a hot minute there.
Yeah.
He joined Thrive Capital for a while he was part of that company. And then he went back to Disney, so he stopped doing the Thrive Capital thing. But as soon as he retired again recently, Josh came to him and said, we're doing Thrive Eternal, which is a new fund that is raising money. And the idea is they want to do iconic brands. They want to. They got invested in the Giants and now in the Lakers.
Yeah, and remember they're the principal owners of Angel City, the soccer team.
That's right.
Bob and Willow are. So here's a little more background on Willow Bay. She's the author of a book called "Talking to Your Kids in Tough Times: How to Answer Your Child's Questions About the World We Live In." She went to the Huffington Post, and she was a senior editor. She managed non-political content. She interviewed Warren Buffett and Bill Clinton. She's had an extraordinary life. And so if that's how they met and that's how they connected, good for them.
Yes, this isn't just a marriage of convenience here with the two, with the expansion franchise and the bid groups and stuff. This has been a long-term friendship between Bob Iger and Josh and Josh Kushner here.
And again, if you're just tuning in, Pepe, I can't believe I'm saying this.
Me too.
The Lakers have been sold again. From Mark Walter to Bob Iger and Josh Kushner.
Are you going to try to get in touch with Jesse and Joey, see what they think about it, Ramona?
Well, I would
Bus
think,
boys.
You remember last time they were very unhappy with the Walter sale.
Yeah, they didn't want to sell the Lakers.
So I
don't know how they benefit from this either. I'm thinking about
well,
it.
they would if they sell their shares.
Yeah.
All the bus kids still have shares.
This is really just a transaction between Mark and Josh.
Yeah, and the bus
shares
still own
stay where they are.
They're still only 2.5%. I wonder how they feel about this sale.
Who does?
Jesse and Joey. They still own 2.5% of the Lakers.
Or whatever,
whatever the percentage is.
That sounds right.
Yeah.
I still can't believe we're sitting here talking
I know,
about.
Me too. I'm like, I honestly, like, this has been going on for me since, I don't know, 9 or 10 o'clock last night. So I'm still, I've accepted it.
It is very crazy.
So my plan
statements from the principals. Like, I know it's right, but I'm still like, wow.
I thought we were going to be doing a much different show today. I had all this stuff prepared. Ramona, I sent you an email last night after the Dodger game with like 30 things we could talk about. We haven't hit any of them.
You could save those for tomorrow.
Yeah. But what's interesting is I had a 6:20 flight. So the car in Idaho came and picked me up at 4:15.
Wow.
I just stayed up.
Yeah.
And I was going to sleep on the plane. And then on the plane, I got your text or your tweet. And I went, what? And
Did you think I got hacked?
Yeah.
A lot of people thought I got
texted
hacked.
you and say, is this real? And then right when I did that, you went on with the Morales Morning Show.
Yeah.
And you said, it is real. And then Pepe texted me and said, is this real? And and so we're all dealing with this in real time. No one more than you, because you've been kind of the front person on this. But I still, Michael, can you believe the Lakers got sold in a span of 3 days?
It baffles me why Mark Walter turned around and sold them so quickly.
And it makes you wonder, like, people have been speculating, and we'll take some more of your phone calls coming up. Well, matter of fact, here's Mark in Covina right here. We'll get back to Fast Track in a second. Mark, you want to talk about the reason why Mark Walter sold the Lakers. What do you think? Why did he do it?
Well, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I wanted to know first, if I could ask you if you know the percentage of Walter's ownership. He owns it with a group, right?
Yeah.
No, well, Guggenheim owns it, and I think, Momo, it was in like the high 60s, right?
Yeah,
like
something
67,
like that.
68%.
That sounds right. And the Bus family has 18, and then...
Yeah, something like that, Mark. Around between 65 and 70% is what we think.
Okay. I mean, $2.5 billion is still $2.5 billion.
Yeah.
But, but I know what Momo reported, and that's what she knows, but I really just don't think Bob Iger called up Walters on Sunday out of the blue and said, hey, you know what, I want to get involved with the team. I want to buy it. There has to be a little bit more in the background of that. Whatever reason that is, I don't know. But I think also the Walters group probably have been talking about the direction and the future of the Lakers and the salary cap.
and some restrictions that they may have. So I think the bottom line is someone's buying the team that's from L.A. They love basketball, just like Ballmer, and I think it might be a good thing. I think they're going to be involved. I think it's going to work out real good.
I hope so. I hope you're right. All right, coming up next, more Fast Track. Emily's got one more thing to throw at us. More of your calls. Michael has the game. You want to give us a preview or keep it secret?
Well, Pepe always demands I have a potpourri, Ramona.
Well, your potpourris, both of your potpourris, both of you guys are always really good. So we'll get away from all this seriousness in about 20 minutes and play Game of Games. In the meantime, you want to call in 877-710-3776. 877-710-ESPN. Momo Information. Michael's here. Pepe's here. ESPN LA.
It is Fast Track on Mason and Ireland on 710 ESPN, the all-new ESPN LA app, and always on YouTube at ESPN Los Angeles, driven by Cerritos Auto Square.
It is time for Fast Track.
Fast Track.
Why do more people buy their car at Cerritos Auto Square than from any other location in Southern California? Easy. With 24 dealerships side by side, car shoppers can find the right car at the right price at the right location. Cerritos Auto Square. Learn more at CerritosAutoSquare.com.
Time for Fast Track.
More Fast Track next.
There you were, surrounded by fans, sharing wings, sharing drinks, high-fiving random strangers. Everybody remembers the game, but nobody remembers the guy coughing behind you until a few days later. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. You wake up, you got a fever, your throat's on fire. So now what? Urgent care closed, ER slammed, telehealth? Maybe, but the pharmacy's closed. You need a medical emergency kit. These are not first aid kits, everybody. They contain essential prescriptions used for over 30 common conditions, sinus and ear infections, UTIs, stomach bugs, traveler's diarrhea, and more. You can even use your doctor-developed guidebook to select the right prescription or call their telemedicine doctor standing by. It's like an urgent care in a drugstore in your house. When you're sick, traveling, or stranded, you'll wish you ordered a medical emergency kit. Order online in minutes, and it's shipped to your door. Save $45 with our promo code 710 at urgentcarekit.com/710. That's promo code 710 at urgentcarekit.com/710.
Hey, it's Mace. Count on Jacob after a car accident. Count on Jacob after a rideshare crash. Count on Jacob after a motorcycle hit. Count on Jacob. 800-345-6789.
Call Jacob. The Circa Million Pro Football Challenge is back. The greatest football contest in the world, coming straight at you from the greatest sports destination in the world, Circa Las Vegas. A guaranteed $6 million is up for grabs, with a cool mill and the coveted blue jacket going to the winner. And hey, if you suck, no prob. Come in last and $100,000 is coming your way. It's $1,000 per entry, max 10 entries per person. Enter in Nevada, play from anywhere. Learn more at circasports.com. Circa Las Vegas, the time of your life.
Hey, it's Wendy here. Are you looking to rebound from your high-interest credit card debt? A SoFi personal loan could help. Consolidate your debt with a SoFi personal loan into one low monthly payment, and you could save money on interest over time. And with as soon as the same day funding, you could hit the ground running ASAP. Apply today with no fees required at SoFi.com/debt-rebound. Loans originated by SoFi Bank. NA member FDIC. Terms and conditions apply. NMLS 696891. Fast funds terms apply at SoFi.com/debt-rebound.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Fast Track.
And it is Fast Track on 710 ESPN. Mason and Ireland on the all-new ESPN LA app, 7:10 a.m. and always on YouTube at ESPN Los Angeles. Fast Track now back in the 2 p.m. hour on Mason and Ireland, driven by Cerritos Auto Square. Why do more people buy their car at Cerritos Auto Square than from any other location in Southern California? Easy. With 24 dealerships side by side, car shoppers can find the right car at the right price at the right location. Cerritos Auto Square. Learn more at CerritosAutoSquare.com. Once again, back to Fast Track and back to Mason and Ireland on 710.
Zoom, Emily, what do you got?
Before I get to my Fast Track, real quick, I want to remind you that if you want 2 tickets to football's biggest championship game, join Travis and Marcus tomorrow at Morongo Casino Resort and Spa for a live broadcast to enter for a chance to win and join the Morongo Fantasy Football Face-Off. Draft live with Travis and Marcus, beat the hosts for weekly prizes, and be the last fan standing to win the grand prize. Powered by Morongo Casino Resort and Spa. Good times. I saw this come across my desk, and I know it's something that matters a lot to you, John, because you loved the first movie. The Social Network is getting another sequel called The Social Reckoning.
I can't wait.
Yeah. Mark Zuckerberg is going to be played by Jeremy Strong, who played Kendall Roy in Succession.
Right.
But he said this during his GQ story. He said that he went full method during the filming of The Social Reckoning. He also sent an email to Zuckerberg to say that he took the responsibility very seriously and the veracity of it very seriously. Could you be around somebody who went full method?
Well, he was criticized for it on Succession. Who is the guy that played Logan?
Brian Cox.
Brian Cox said it's a pain in the ass because he's always in character, and
it's called acting for a reason.
Right. I wouldn't go full character, Michael. If we were when you were in the Fish That Saved Pittsburgh, did you make everyone call you by your character name?
No, they called me Sir Michael.
That's right. You're so funny.
By the way, Stockard Channing, Abby Bartlett from The West Wing, was a co-star of Michael's in the Fish That Saved Pittsburgh.
Debbie Allen.
Debbie Allen, wow.
The guy who was in the Godfather, what was his name?
John Cazale. Who played Fredo.
Yep.
Wow. One of the best actors.
No, the guy who played the guy that gets killed in the bathtub. I can't remember his name on the show. Yeah.
And what's funny, too, is because I feel like if someone around me was in full method, I think I just want to break them out of it. I would try to poke fun at them a little bit. I know Daniel Day-Lewis does this a lot when he did Lincoln and everything. He wanted to be addressed as President Lincoln. I would want to poke them, see if they can get them to break character.
I remember one time I was emceeing an event. I get asked to MC a lot of stuff, and it was for McDonald's. And I was in the green room, and a guy walked in dressed as Ronald McDonald, and he's in full character, and I walked up to him, and I go, "Hey, man," nobody else is in the room, just me and him. I go, "Hey, man, I'm John." He goes, "I'm Ronald." I go, "That's your real name? Your real name is Ronald, and you're playing Ronald McDonald?" He goes, "No, I am Ronald McDonald." And it was just kind of weird.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
I go, there's no cameras around. And he's like, "I know."
Yeah.
It was.
That's when you look for another
awkward,
room. That's when you look for another room.
I will say, Sedano just weighed in and it says Mason Methods is a talk show host every day.
Yeah, it's not. He's probably not wrong. That's. No, I would not. I would not be. And by the way, were you ever in any other movies besides The Fish That Saved Pittsburgh?
No, just The Fish. They missed me. I could have been the next Sidney Poitier.
and your dreams
from the Bahamas.
And your dreams.
Did I tell you I got to meet him once?
You did? Where?
At Riviera.
Wow.
I'm playing in a golf tournament. I think it was Jim Hill's tournament. And Jim says to me, he goes, "Hey, John, come here." And I turn a corner, and he goes, "Meet Sidney Poitier."
Wow.
And I went, "What? What?"
Yeah.
No, Jim. And Jim played with them the whole day.
Oh, my
Well, your
goodness.
Jim knows everybody.
Yeah, two legends.
But it was crazy. All right, so, Michael, I wanted to get to this. Today is the 99th birthday of Bill Burtka.
Bill Burke, former assistant coach of the
Okay,
Lakers.
so explain to people. Burt is the greatest.
I love him.
Explain, Michael.
Super nice guy.
Who Bill Burtka is to you.
He was Pat Riley's right-hand man during Showtime, and he's still as lucid as ever at 99 years of age. Obviously, his body's failing him a little bit more. He can't get around as much. Obviously,
he played basketball
until
in a
his
pickup
80s.
league into his 85, I think he was.
And
when
he was Pat Riley's fire to Riley's cool. Riley was always cool, except when we got him mad or anything like that. But Bill Burtka, Riley relied on him tremendously for basketball knowledge, and he would take us through our drills, our big man drills, before every practice. Even the great Kareem Abdul-Jabbar would work with him 30 minutes before practice time. So Bill Burtka is a legend, and even though he was only an assistant coach, never a head coach of the Lakers, they should honor him somewhere up in the rafters, because that's how much he means to everybody.
I think he still has an office at the Laker facility. I think he has a desk there. I don't know how often he's in there.
No, hardly
anymore.
ever. He lives in Santa Barbara. So
He lives in Santa Barbara.
On like a ranch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But boy, he is a Laker legend. Even though his name isn't prominently talked about, but he is as much a Laker legend as anybody who's been affiliated with the Lakers.
Okay, so
that's how we feel about him.
So, Pepe, I don't even know if you've heard this story, but I'm going to make Michael tell it. So, Michael was drafted #1 overall in the 1978 draft, Michael?
Yeah.
First international player ever taken #1. Since then, there's been like 30 of them. But Michael was the first international player to be taken number 1 overall in the draft, played his first 7 years in Portland, then gets traded to San Antonio. And in less than a season, he gets traded to the Lakers. Pick it up from there. You get traded to the Lakers. I think it was on a Saturday or a Sunday,
Friday
right?
afternoon, I got traded to the Lakers. Had to fly out Saturday to get here for Sunday's game against the Boston Celtics.
Yeah, the game everybody had circled.
Right.
This is 1987?
Yeah, 87. Yeah, February 13th, 1987.
All right, so day before Valentine's Day, and they're playing on Sunday. It's like a 12:30 game. What happened?
So I get a call. I figured, okay, I'm report. I got to go to the arena. It's a 12:30 game. I get a call like at 6 a.m. Bill Burke was on the phone. Michael, get over to the arena. We got to work on some stuff. We stayed at the Airport Park Hotel, which is right across the street from the Forum. So
right next to the Sizzler.
Exactly. So I could just walk right across. So I had to meet him like at 7 a.m. on the floor to go through some plays.
For a 12:30 tip.
For a 12:30 tip against the Celtics.
You could walk from the hotel.
Yeah, I could just walk right across the parking lot, basically. So we were down there and going over the place for an hour. He taught me about 5 or 6 players that I had to try to remember. And in case I got into the game, I didn't think I was going to play, but Roddy put me in the first quarter.
And what was your stat line for your first game as a Laker?
I don't know. Nobody remembers that, but it was 10 points, 5 rebounds, and 2 blocks.
And you have always credited Bill Burtka for that day, right?
Yep, that day, man. He taught me 5 or 6 plays, and, of course, he reminded me during the timeouts. But, yeah, he is instrumental and integral for me coming in there and having a successful day that day. That's how much he was a great coach. Like I say, Pat Riley relied on him. Everybody respected him as much as we respected Pat Riley, and he needs to get more recognition for his contribution to the Lakers.
Last time we saw him was when the Pat Riley statue.
That's right.
He
was coming to games sitting in the scout seats forever.
Yeah, and by the way, is one of the friendliest, nicest guys you will ever meet.
Nice
and he's like Michael. He's got great stories.
Yeah, he's the best.
And everybody, I don't know anybody who doesn't like Bert.
Yeah,
anybody.
99 years of age
Way to
and
go.
still mentally alert.
Happy birthday, Bill Burtka.
Yes.
And keep coming to the games. We love seeing you. All right, coming up next, we'll do one final round of phone calls about the sale. If you're just tuning in, the Lakers have been sold again. Ramona broke the story this morning. Mark Walter had a change of heart. He's out. He sold the team to Bob Iger and to Josh Kushner. We'll recap that next and take your phone calls first. I want to tell you that if you are hiring, you got to use ZipRecruiter. Ian Siegel, the guy who invented ZipRecruiter, puts it this way. They leave nothing to chance. With ZipRecruiter, you get the right fit for any role fast because they use smart matching technology that starts showing your job to qualified candidates immediately. You can also apply filters and add screening questions to your job post. How fast does this work? 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within 1 day. 1 day. No wonder ZipRecruiter is the #1 rated hiring site in the game based on G2. So when you need to score the best, go with ZipRecruiter. You can do it for free at this website, ZipRecruiter.com/LA. That's ZipRecruiter.com/LA. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. Mason and Ireland, ESPN LA.
And the breaking news, the Los Angeles Lakers have been sold again. From Mark Walter's team to Josh Kushner and Bob Iger. We're reacting all day long on your home of Lakers basketball. Breaking news on ESPN LA, powered by Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
Home of the 15-minute drive-through oil change. Visit SoCalOilChange.com for coupons and locations.
The Lakers have been sold again. Keep listening all day long for us to react on ESPN LA.
National Tell a Joke Day is coming up. I got one. Why did Rick cross the 10 freeway? To get to Morongo. Now your top reasons to visit Morongo.
We're the Fantasy Football HQ for draft parties. Book your draft party today.
Number 2.
We're giving away a 2026 Mustang GT Fastback. Earn entries now, and you could drive off a winner the 31st.
And the number 1 reason.
Good times.
Morongo. Good times.
Hey guys, it's John Ireland. In all my years of covering sports, one thing is for certain. Great teams walk in with a playbook. So why face your family's future without one? Globe Life makes protecting the people you love simple. And with Globe Life, it's never been easier. You can apply for coverage online or with an agent in just minutes. No complicated strategy, just straightforward protection from a name you already trust. Get your free quote today at globelifeinsurance.com.
Harry Douglas here to tell you about Fruity Rainbow 5-Hour Energy Shots. It's a fruity candy flavor explosion, and I mean explosion. Fruity Rainbow 5-Hour Energy Shots, a zero-sugar treat that's sweet tooth approved. These can take care of my candy cravings and provides a tasty caffeine kick without all the sugar. Fruity Rainbow 5-Hour Energy Shots. Get candy-flavored chaos with Fruity Rainbow 5-Hour Energy Shots, available online at 5hourenergy.com or Amazon.
Skechers elite athlete OG Anunoby has been making history on the basketball court.
Anunoby tips it in. Unbelievable. What a shot.
He's been balling out in Skechers high-performance basketball sneakers, and the world is noticed. But how does OG train off the court to keep in peak physical condition? Hands-free Skechers Slip-ins Aeroburst. They help prepare OG for the physical demands of playing at a championship level. Get your pair of Aeroburst for only $165 at a Skechers store, Skechers.com, or wherever high-performance running shoes are sold.
And what a Wednesday it is. It is the biggest show on the radio, Mason and Ireland. Johnny I's here. We got some Momo, Michael Thompson, Pepe on the day that the Lakers get sold again. We're reacting all day on your home of Lakers basketball, LA's mega sports station, ESPN LA.
All right, Mason and Ireland, Ramona Shelburne in for Mace. Michael Thompson's here. Pepe Montilla's here. If you're just joining us, because you know a lot of you kind of go in and out. Game of games in about 10 minutes. Ramona, you broke this story early this morning. Let's just review for people who weren't here when you joined us at 12:15. There has been some change in when exactly this may have gone down. What do you now think when all this started?
I think this started over the weekend. It could have been Friday or Saturday. I initially heard Sunday, but I think it was a couple days earlier. So still a very short amount of time between, today is Wednesday. I think the deal was done late last night. So this is, 3-4 days. And it's kind of incredible to think about how quickly things happen, but they were on a time frame, Josh Kushner and Bob Iger, because they're involved in the expansion process. That process was getting up north of $10 billion, and they would have had to come in for that much money. Plus, you're committing to build an arena there for about $2 or $3 billion, and at that price, you might as well call the Lakers and see if they're available. See if Mark would consider it.
I know I'm asking you to speculate here, but your best guess as to why Mark Walter agreed to sell is what?
I think it's two-pronged. I think it's a great business move. He just made $2.5 billion in 10 months, right? It's hard to say no to that. I think if you know Mark, I don't know him the way, people really close, but I know him a little bit. I would say that he lets other people run his teams. It's not as emotional for him. Like for Jeannie Buss, the Lakers are her family.
Was her passion.
Her passion. Yeah. Mark owns the Dodgers, owns the Lakers, obviously was very into sports, but I think it's an investment. It's one of several multi-billion-dollar companies he bought last year. So he's got a lot on his plate. He's not there day to day. I think he moved to Florida recently.
Mark did?
Yeah. Not recently, like a year or two ago.
Right.
But he's from Chicago. Like, this isn't the passion. This is one of many businesses he owns. His day-to-day representative there was Farhan Zaidi.
And Farhan is probably now going back to baseball, right?
Yeah, and he's running the Sparks, too. I mean, he's, Mark owns the other franchises. So I just think...
And Mark, by the way, the Sparks were not included in this sale,
correct.
We should point out.
And neither were the Dodgers. Mark has a lot of other sports franchises. Now, I don't want to ignore the elephant in the room, which is the DOJ investigation into Mark, which has been going on since last September, but it only became public a month or two ago. I've obviously been making a lot of calls on it to find out kind of what that is, what's the exposure, how big a deal is this. That's in the background here. That didn't precipitate the sale. Mark did not offer the Lakers to anyone. He wasn't trying to sell the Lakers, but I think two very smart businessmen saw what was going on with him and figured it was worth a call.
All right, let's squeeze a few. Speaking of calls, let's squeeze a few more in before we get to Michael's game of games. Here's Nick in L.A. Hey, Nick, you're on ESPN LA. Go.
Hey, Johnny.
Hey.
You won't find a more diehard Laker fan than me, but I've called you recently a few times, and I've been a fan since the '80s. I used to sit in the wheelchair section, just below Dr. Buss, when those seats were, believe it or not, $2 a piece in the NBA Finals.
Wow,
that's true. That's the truth. Yeah, that's thanks to Dr. Buss. And I want to start there. I'm going to read you a quote from Magic Johnson at the televised funeral for services for Dr. Buss. And I'll never forget the look on his face and when he said it. He said, "Please, Buss family, do not ever sell the Lakers and win more championships." And, for years, John, people in this town and the media in this town has gone after Jeannie and the Buss family, calling them a mom and pop franchise, which I think is a beautiful thing. You got a league full of owners now who are insanely rich, with the paradox of having a salary cap. I guess capitalism is good for everybody except for owners of sports franchises. But that's a political commentary for a different day, I guess. But you said it earlier, John. We were so blessed to have Dr. Buss here all those years, and I'll tell you, this is just an awful day for Laker fans. I mean, this guy held the Lakers for 9 months. He made his money for whatever his motivation was. He dropped the team, and now you have I don't care what Magic is always going to be the Laker face of the Lakers. He's out there supporting the move. Magic's always going to do that for the fans and for the city. But this is no good. This is instability for our franchise. And it's just sad. It's just really, really sad. And I wonder, John and Michael, do you think that Jeannie regrets the sale, because this is just awful?
Thank you first of all, Nick, for listening, and thank you for the phone call. Momo, I don't think Jeannie regrets the sale because the sports businesses are now going to corporations. It's very rare that a family can hold on. And Bob Iger and Josh Kushner are corporate guys. I mean, Iger ran Disney for 40 years. Kushner's run 3 or 4 different funds. I mean, this is corporate money coming in, and I think that's the way sports are heading, right?
Yeah, sports is just giant business. Like, it's just, a lot of the valuations have just gone up and up and up and up. I mean, when the Dodgers sold for $2 billion, everyone thought that was crazy.
Yeah, the Clippers too.
And then the Clippers went for 2.1 or $2 billion, right? It was 2.15 for the Dodgers, two for the Clippers. Mark just made that in a profit, more than that in profit in 10 months.
Yeah, right. And Michael,
it's
you commented on earlier, and Pepe, I want you to comment on this too. He made a good point about Dr. Buss. I hope on days like today, when the Lakers change hands, that we tip the hat to Dr. Buss and realize how lucky we were. Pepe, you worked for him, and with him for 30 years, and there was just nobody like this guy, and we're never going to replace him.
Absolutely.
And I was encouraged by the fact that Bob Iger's statement when he was talking to Kobe Price today seemed to get that he wants to emulate what Dr. Buss built.
Well, that's very good. And Dr. Buss was special. He that, and you too. Mm-hmm. He sees you and he stop and talk to you for whatever, basketball or whatever.
Yeah, Ramona, there's that poem by Rudyard Kipling called "If," and it's and one of the lines in that poem is, "If you can walk with kings and never lose the common touch." And Michael, that was Dr. Buss. He was comfortable with you, a star player, Kareem, Worthy, Magic, all you guys that won him rings. And he was also comfortable with the parking attendants and the guys at the poker table. Yep. And I'll let you talk about it, but you look back on that as one of the great lucky strikes of your life that you get to play for Dr. Buss.
He's the kind of guy you could walk into the bar and see Dr. Buss sitting at the bar all by himself and having a beer, and you could sit right next to him, and hey, how you doing, buddy? And he'll sit right there and talk to you about the Lakers or anything. He was that approachable and that amicable to everybody.
Here's Solomon in Lake Balboa. Hey, Solomon, you're on ESPN LA. Hi.
Hey, guys, I just don't think this is such a terrible day. I think it's a blessing in disguise, and I'll tell you why. First of all, if I'm just conjecture, Bob Walter and the Guggenheim Group is in deep doo-doo with the feds. As a Laker fan, I don't want anything to do with that. So I'm glad the team got sold. And the second reason is, look who it got sold to. All right, granted, they're corporate guys, but they have been in and around Major League Sports and all of the sports practically for years. They know what they're doing. They have a good history. I think we're in good hands. I look forward to a good transition, and to success with the Lakers going down the road. So I don't find this is like it's a terrible day in Laker history.
Thank you, Solomon. How about this, Michael? Justin calling from Paris, France.
Wow.
Justin, what time is it in Paris?
It is 11:40 p.m. I'm standing over the Seine River next to the Louvre and looking at the Eiffel Tower.
Love it. What's on your mind?
Well, I am Dr. Justin from the YouTube chat, so John and I are not best friends right now.
Not right now, Justin, but we always can keep communicating.
For Ramona, I like both people. I met Bob Iger when that restaurant Funky opened in Beverly Hills. Kushner is good. I did date one of his sister-in-laws. Bob Iger has a net worth of $1 billion. Josh is a net worth of $5 billion. That's not even 50% of the purchase price. Is the rest financing, or is there another major owner or party that hasn't been disclosed, like Saudi Arabia? Anything in there?
It's a good question, Ramona. The NBA will, of course, go over the numbers. But, Justin, it is fair to ask that. If you look up the net worth of those guys and it's not even close, where's the rest of the money coming from?
Yeah.
Momo, what do you think?
I don't know. I don't know all the answers. I think that they went down the process enough with the NBA in the expansion process to feel comfortable making this kind of financial outlay. I know there's a fund behind this. This is Thrive Capital, and then there's Thrive Eternal, which is the sports fund. So that's private equity. So that could be up to 15%, I believe. Josh obviously has to put in some of his own money here.
Right.
Now, remember, you're not buying 100% of this, so that you're buying 66%. So what they
it's a
come up with out of
valuation.
their pocket is 12.5 times 60. That's 7 and change, I guess. I don't know. I'm just at 12
so
times
it's a little,
6,
Justin, the math is a little closer when you realize they're only buying 60% of the team. But I think your question is a good one. We do need to follow the money and see where it's all coming from. The NBA will do that. They, ever since Frank McCourt, Justin, no league allows people that are broke to buy a team. So you're asking the right questions. And thank you for calling from Paris at almost midnight. Very nice of you. Have a good trip over there. All right. Coming up next is Game of Games.
All right,
anytime Michael does Game of Games, it's always interesting. And Momo's here, Pepe's here, Emily's here, Wilbert's here. We'll play next, ESPN LA.
You never know what you're going to get when you wake up with Sedano and Cap.
Like, how much could you really love the Lakers if you flipped it like a property?
Right. I mean, this was a business transaction. This was not about where your heart is. And that's what Mark Walter seemingly did. He flipped the Lakers. Wasn't married to the Lakers.
Yeah.
It was an investment.
It's the morning show with Sedano and Cap. Weekdays starting at 7 a.m. on ESPN LA.
Looking for a vodka with standards? Blue Ice delivers. American made from Idaho potatoes, gluten-free, non-GMO, and only 64 calories an ounce. Enjoy the classic Huckleberry with lemonade or award-winning double espresso. Blue Ice vodka, premium taste, nothing extra.
When it's time for your next vehicle, make the winning play at George Chevrolet. It's Chris Morales telling you to go see John Good at George Chevrolet. With straightforward pricing, real savings, a great selection, and award-winning service, George Chevrolet is committed to earning your business by saving you money. Whether you're a first-time buyer, rebuilding your credit, or ready to upgrade, their team is here to help you find the right vehicle at the perfect price. Visit George Chevrolet off the 91 freeway in Bellflower or shop online at georgechevy.com. Chevrolet, together let's drive.
Hey, LA and OC, if you love great food and smart prices, you need to know about Wild Fork Foods. Hosting, grilling, you just want a great dinner? Start at Wild Fork Foods. Find your local SoCal store at wildforkfoods.com. Wild Fork, quality meat and seafood, low prices, largest variety in one store.
Progressive knows you think the grass is always greener, like maybe you ride a motorcycle. But today, it's raining. So you wish you had an RV, but if you did, you'd have to listen to some guy parked next to it at a campsite plays acoustic guitar. Now, before you start wishing you had a boat, remember, your brother-in-law would invite himself every weekend.
Permission to come aboard, Captain?
But one thing that is greener is the money you could save when you bundle your RV, boat, or motorcycle with your home or auto with Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
In a contracting business, you're either growing or you're grinding. Success is no longer about hard work alone. It's about using AI to accelerate impact. Service Titan is the only integrated intelligence that seamlessly automates your entire workflow, from first call to final invoice. Born in the trades, built for visionaries ready to stop operating and start automating. Service Titan, AI for the trades.
And it is time on Mason and Ireland for the final segment. The final segment of the show, always Game of Games time, presented by the one and only Jacob Emrani.
Call Jacob.
CallJacob.com. And yes, that new telephone number, 800-345-6789. 800-345-6789.
Hi, this is Jacob Emrani.
Game of Games made possible by the law offices of Jacob Emrani. Let's do it. Game of Games time on Mason and Ireland. Take it away, Mace.
All right, no Mace today. It is Michael Thompson's game today. 5 players. Will Flores, Emily Hebel, Ramona Shelburne, me, and Pepe Montilla. Michael, what do we got?
Pepe's potpourri. Pepe ordered some potpourri, so here we go. And Pepe better get this second one right. But today, of course, you all know the Lakers sold this week for $12.5 billion. When Dr. Buss bought the Lakers in 1979, amongst the $67 million price tag for the Kings, Lakers, picked their house and the ranch, how much of that $67 million price tag was the Lakers valued at? 20, 25, or $30 million?
Will.
I'll go with 25.
Emily.
20.
Ramona.
20.
I'm going 20. Pepe.
20.
It is $20 million.
Okay, everybody but Will got it. Will, you're still alive for Lucky Loser. Here we go.
This is for Pepe. Which state has the... And Will, you're Mexican-American, right?
Salvadorian American.
Oh, okay. You don't count. Which state has the highest Mexican-American population? Texas, California, or New Mexico?
Emily.
Wait, highest population or percentage?
Highest Mexican-American population.
All right.
Texas, California,
Texas.
or New Mexico?
Emily's saying Texas. Ramona.
Texas.
I'm going to go California. Pepe.
I think it's Texas.
Will.
Texas.
It is California.
Really?
All right, I got the lead.
All right.
Okay.
Going into the 26-27 NBA season, only one player has a no-trade clause in his contract. Is it Draymond, Lillard, or Booker?
Ramona.
Dame Lillard.
I also think it is Dame. Pepe.
Dame.
Will.
Dame.
Emily.
Dame.
It is Lillard.
Okay, so now Will's on the board, and no one can win Lucky Loser. I have 3. Everyone else has 2 except for Will, who has 1. Here we go.
What was Caitlin Clark's major at Iowa? Accounting, biology, or marketing?
This one's me. I'm going to go marketing. Pepe.
Marketing.
Will.
Marketing.
Emily.
Marketing.
Ramona.
Let's go marketing.
It is marketing.
That sounds
Okay,
right.
everybody got it?
Sounds like a basketball major.
It's
All
an
right,
athlete
here we
major.
go.
What is the capital of Myanmar? Yangon, Naypyidaw, or Mandalay?
Wait, what's the second one?
Naypyidaw, Yangon, or Mandalay?
Pepe.
Capital.
Mandalay.
Will.
Mandalay.
Emily.
Mandalay.
Ramona.
I think it's Mandalay, but I think it has a name to a different name.
Michael, I'm going with the middle one.
Naypyidaw.
Yeah.
And it is that.
Yeah, I think it has like a.
Gee,
All right,
It has a
John.
Myanmar name.
I trusted you, and you let me down, Pepe.
I only went because Emily went.
Pepe did sound convincing.
He did.
Ireland.
Don't blame
5.
it on me. Go on your own.
Okay, Ireland 5, Pepe 3, Ramona 3, Emily 3, Will 2. Here we
The
go.
fastest a human, Usain Bolt, has ever run in miles per hour is what? 27, 37, or 47 miles an hour?
Will.
27.
M.
37.
Ramona.
I think it's 27.
I'm going 27. Pepe.
27.
It is 27 miles an hour.
All right,
That's still really fast.
Who missed that? Somebody missed
Will.
it.
Emily
All right.
missed it.
Oh, Emily missed it?
All right, Will got
No
it.
face.
You got it.
All right, here we go.
What is the symbol for gold on the periodic table? AG, AD, or AU?
Emily.
AU.
Ramona.
It's either. Ooh. I think it's AG.
I'm with Ramona. I think it's AG. Pepe.
Hey, Jew.
AU. Will.
AG?
It is AU.
AU. Pepe got it. And M, you got it, right?
I did get it.
All right, so here's the updated score.
Dang.
John 6, Pepe 5, Momo 4, Emily 4, Will 3. Here we go.
Which country is Jakarta in? Indonesia, Malaysia, or Cambodia?
Momo.
Indonesia.
What's the city we're trying to get?
Jakarta.
Yeah, that sounds Indonesian. I'll go Indonesia. Pepe.
Indonesia.
Will.
Indonesia.
Emily.
Indonesia.
It is Indonesia.
All right, everybody got it? Here we go.
This is for Pepe and his OAA issues, Momo.
Okay.
That's old actress addiction. In 1927, a movie that Pepe attended, which actress was the first to say lines in a talkie movie? May McAvoy, Eugenie Bassier, or Clara Bow?
I'll go Clara Bow. Pepe.
Clara Bow.
Will.
Clara Bow.
M.
Sure, Clara.
I thought it was Clara because that's the only one I've
we're
heard
all
of.
going Clara Bow.
It is Eugenie Bassier.
Oh, I left you guys with an opening.
Okay.
You didn't take it.
We should have gone the other way.
All right, here we go.
The Sierra Nevada de Santa Marta mountain range can be found in where? Peru, Colombia, or Ecuador?
Pepe.
Colombia.
Will.
We'll go with Peru.
Emily.
Colombia.
Ramona.
Peru.
I'm going Colombia.
It is Colombia.
Dang.
Okay, I
Trying
got
to make
it.
up a
Pepe got it.
point
Will,
there.
did you get it?
No, no.
I got it, though.
You got it. All right, so here we go. Let me do a score update. John 8.
I know they got mountains in Peru. in
Pepe
Colombia.
7. Emily 6. Ramona 5. Will 4. We're going to do 5 more. Here we go.
I need to catch John.
I know. I was trying to make up a point there.
This one's for Emily, so she better know this one. Taylor Swift's first song title she wrote at age 13 was Lucky You, Loving You, or Losing You.
Ramona.
Lucky you.
I'm going to go. A lot of her songs are about heartbreak. I'm going to go Losing You.
She's only 13, though.
Pepe.
I have to go with Losing You.
Will.
I'll go with Lucky You.
M.
I do not know the answer to this, but I'm going to go Loving You.
It is Lucky You.
All right, so who got that?
Me and Ramona.
All right, Will got it. He's got 5. Momo got it. She's got 6. So I've got 8. Pepe 7. Ramona 6. Emily 6. Will 5. 4 more to go.
Emily, Will, you guys ever hear of the TV show The Beverly Hillbillies?
Of course.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, the 4 main characters were Jed, Granny, Jethro, and Ellie Mae. Jed and Ellie Mae's last name was Clampett. Jethro's was Bodine. What was Granny's last name? Moses, Mosley, or Morris?
All right, we'll start going in order of the leaders. I'm going to go Moses. Pepe.
Moses.
Ramona.
Well, I should try something different, so let's say Morris.
Emily.
Moses.
Will.
What was the other one? Mosley?
Mosley.
I would say Mosley.
It was Moses.
Okay.
okay.
All right, I have to go. They wanted me to come in earlier.
All right, you're gone.
So I'm losing anyway.
Okay.
Bye, Ramona.
Bye.
See ya.
All right.
So I got that. Who else got that?
I
Pepe
got
got it.
And Emily got it.
And Emily got it. Okay, 3 more left. I have 8. Will, you have to go opposite of me.
Gotcha.
Okay, here we go.
Cloris Leachman is tied with who for the most Emmys with 8? Julia Dreyfus, Carol Burnett, or Jean Stapleton?
I'm going Julia Louis-Dreyfus. Pepe.
I think it's Julia.
Emily.
I know Julia won a bunch, but I also think Carol won a bunch. I'm going to try to go Carol Burnett.
Will, you got to go someone other than Julia Louis-Dreyfus. So it's Carol Burnett or Jean Stapleton for
I'll
you.
go Jean.
It is Julia Dreyfus.
Okay. So that means I have 10. Pepe has 9. There are only 2 left. Em, you're out. Will's out. And I'm sorry, Em, there are 2 left. I have 9. You have 7. So you're, or I have 10 now. No, you're out.
I need to catch on this one.
Pepe has 9. So we get 2 left. And I'm 1 point ahead of you. I'll go first.
I love astronomy. In astronomy, Betelgeuse is what? An asteroid, a comet, or a star?
I'm going to go an asteroid. Pepe.
Say it again.
Asteroid, comet, or star?
Yeah. Betelgeuse. What is it?
Asteroid.
What is it, Michael?
A star.
All right, we both missed it. That was your opening. Okay, now you have to go opposite of me. Last one.
The oldest sport in the world is wrestling. Over 2,000 years old. But what kind of wrestling? Sumo, Greco-Roman, or freestyle?
I'm going to go Greco-Roman. Pepe, you get to go freestyle or sumo.
I have to go freestyle. I know it's Greco-Roman.
What's the answer, Michael?
Sumo.
Oh,
Yeah, you should have gone
had
sumo.
it.
The answer's always the Asian countries.
You had it, and you let it go. All right, I win. Do the tiebreaker for fun, Michael.
All right. Let's see. It was when I got a couple of. Oh, yeah. Going back to my second question about Mexican Americans in California. How many people of Mexican descent live in California?
In the state of California?
Yes. How many people of Mexican descent live in California?
In California. Okay. Okay. Will, what number did you go with?
I haven't come up with one.
All right, Emily, you.
10 million.
Pepe?
3 million.
I wrote 16 million. Will?
I will say 20 million.
15 million.
Boom!
Oh, very close,
Yeah.
John.
Yep.
Yeah, well, I knew there were 15 million people in L.A. County. So I figured if you do it statewide, it's a little
Pepe,
bit.
you should have known that.
I know.
But the YouTube chat is beating us up.
Really? What? About what?
I can't even read it. It's so offensive.
Well, you could clean it up.
I'll show it to you. How's that? All right, the big story today, and the one we're still talking about, is that the Lakers have been sold. Mark Walter decided he wants out of the NBA business. He did not sell the Dodgers, at least not today. But the new owners are Bob Iger and Josh Kushner. Coming up next, we'll get Travis Rogers and DeMarco Farr in here, and we'll kick it around in a little super crosstalk. Pepe, thank you. Always good to see you. And super crosstalk next, ESPN LA.
LAFC's League's Cup fate may come down to this.
Well, this kind of game is always like that. We want to win everything, especially here at home with our fans.
The black and gold battle Mexican side Querétaro in the third and final match of Phase 1. Will LAFC punch their ticket to the knockout round?
And he has curled it into the back post! It's in!
LAFC versus Querétaro from BMO Stadium. Pre-game starts tonight at 7 p.m. on 710 ESPN and the ESPN LA app.
Hey guys, Sedano here, and summer's here. Everyone's getting together. So why are you still living with those same old floors? Upgrade with Hernandez Wholesale Flooring. They've got millions of in-stock options, including CoreTech, the original 100% waterproof, kid-proof, pet-proof, luxury vinyl flooring in stock and can be installed in a few days. Visit the showroom next to the Commerce Casino off the 5 freeway or online at HernandezWholesaleFlooring.net. Hernandez Wholesale Flooring. No games, no gimmicks, because no sale beats wholesale.
Hi, folks, it's Oral Hershiser, and I couldn't be prouder or more excited to introduce the new Oral Hershiser Chevrolet here in beautiful Chino. Chevrolet has been a part of America's story for over 100 years, built on grit, reliability, and doing things the right way. And that's exactly how we are going to earn your business at Oral Hershiser Chevrolet. So come on in, say hello, and let us earn your trust. Oral Hershiser Chevrolet. Bulldog tough, Chevy strong.
The Circa Million Pro Football Challenge is back. The greatest football contest in the world, coming straight at you from the greatest sports destination in the world, Circa Las Vegas. A guaranteed $6 million is up for grabs, with a cool mill and the coveted blue jacket going to the winner. And hey, if you suck, no prob. Come in last and $100,000 is coming your way. It's $1,000 per entry, max 10 entries per person. Enter in Nevada, play from anywhere. Learn more at circasports.com. Circa Las Vegas, the time of your life.
This is a test of the emergency alert system. This is only a test.
The home of the Lakers, and now the home of the Rich Eisen Show. Weekdays 9 a.m. to noon, KSPN Los Angeles, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
KSPN AM 710 Los Angeles.
It's the greatest segment in LA sports radio history.
Oh my God. When the shows come together for magic on the radio.
It will only grow stronger. Super Crosstalk. It's time for Super Crosstalk.
All right, woo, woo, woo. Travis and DeMarco are in here. And,
Yes, sir.
Trav, on a scale of 1 to 10, your level of surprise at this morning's news that the Lakers have been sold again.
46.
Me too.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, DeMarco, are you the same way?
A million. Unbelievable. Wow. Way to go, Momo, though.
Yeah. Very, very good day for Ramona. And matter of fact, she just left to go back over to TV. I don't know what to think of this in relation to the Dodgers. Michael, do you think the Dodgers are next, or does Mark Walter keep the Dodgers?
Oh, I think they'll keep the Dodgers. Yeah.
Trav, what do you think?
You think he was going to flip the Lakers in 14 months?
I did not.
So who the hell knows? I think that's
it's
the
less.
answer.
I think it's like 10 months.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think so. But did anybody think that this was going to turn around as quickly as he did? And I think the biggest thing is, for me, and I think I still have not heard a super clean explanation. I know there's some theories. Why so fast?
Right.
Why did this come together so fast? Why did he turn it around and flip it so fast? Why was this? I mean, the Lakers are not a fixer-upper that you just buy to turn around and sell for a few dollars more than you bought it for. It's the Lakers. You hold on to them for as long as you can. I mean, it doesn't get more prestigious than the Lakers. This is the crown jewel of the NBA, and he just flipped it. And the why, I think, is fascinating. I think the why informs whether or not the Dodgers may be next.
I wonder, DeMarco, the days of having a single owner, like I think when you first started playing for the Rams, didn't Georgia Frontiere own them?
Yes.
And
John Shaw ran the team, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
John Shaw bought my house in the Hollywood Hills
Did
when
he
I
really?
sold it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not the one with the Stooges.
Wait a minute.
No, that one was Steve Sachs's old house.
Did you have a conversation with John Shaw?
I had an email exchange with him.
Okay. Did he ever answer a question?
He was pleasant.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
He's amazing. He will never, ever answer a question.
Well,
He's
wait a
awesome.
minute. So if you be John Shaw.
Yeah.
John, what are you doing for dinner?
Well, what do you mean dinner? No way. Really? Everything. That's what I mean. He will never answer a question.
Your real
Great guy.
estate transactions are fascinating.
I know. Okay, so I bought this old house in the Hollywood Hills. It was a bank repo. I sold it 6 years later to John Shaw of the Rams, who said to me in the email, I need a project. And I gave it to him at a house in the Hollywood Hills. It was a great old house next door to Ridley Scott, the director. And then I moved to a house in Manhattan Beach, previously owned by Steve Sachs.
Oh, my God. Wow.
And it was the house he was living in, Trav, when they won the World Series in 1988. And I've shown you the Stooges picture, right?
You've shown me the Stooges picture, and I showed it to Sachs. When we were out at Legends Attic one day, I showed it
to you.
Yeah, you did.
And what was his reaction?
He loved it. He was so excited to see it again.
Yeah.
Like he couldn't believe that you still had the picture of it, that he loved the Stooges.
I bet you there was some good sax going on in that house.
Yeah. So true story, though, Michael.
What?
We had Sachs on once, and I said, he was on the air, and I said, hey, Steve, this is going to be a really weird story, but I now live in the house you lived in when you played for the 88 Dodgers. And Steve goes, really? And says my home address on the
boy, let's do that one. Wow.
And
wow.
Dump.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't
you
want
got to
the
move
YouTube
again.
chat
I got to
coming
see
my
whose
house.
next house you buy.
Yeah.
Another famous person.
Isn't that weird?
Very.
John, haven't you been pondering the why? Why would you do this? Like, you don't flip the Lakers. He's
Yeah.
right.
So I think there are many possibilities here. One is that $2.5 billion in profit in less than a year is a staggering number to make. If you came up to me today, like I love the house I live in. If you came up to me and offered me 15 times what I paid for it, I would probably take it and figure out the rest later. So I think that's a possibility.
Okay.
Another possibility is Mark is under federal investigation. We don't know the details of it, but maybe he knows the details of it, and he needs to be more liquid.
Mm-hmm.
And this would obviously solve a lot of problems. But I doubt that one's it, DeMarco, because he still owns so many other assets. He owns the Dodgers. He owns Arsenal. He owns, or it's not Arsenal. He owns a Premier League team.
And he owns an F1 team.
Yeah, and so he owns
Cadillac.
Yeah, he owns he owns the Sparks. I mean, so he's got a lot of money. I don't know how you come up with $2.5 billion quick, but maybe he needs it. And the third reason, Trav, I'm curious what you think about this, is there are different rules in Major League Baseball and the NBA. In Major League Baseball, they operate without a salary cap. You can defer money. So, for example, Shohei's cap number this year is like $2 million. They're paying him $700 million, but they're deferring it all till long after. You can't do that in the NBA, and you're under a cap, and the rules are stricter. And maybe he got his really smart guys involved. He got Andrew Friedman involved. He got Farhan Zaidi involved. And they said to him, we can't do what we did at the Dodgers in the NBA. The rules don't allow it. And he said, well, then let's get out.
Oh.
So I think it's the truth lies somewhere in those three explanations, Trav.
Yeah.
You got another one?
No, those are all possibilities. I think there are others. I think that the idea about the third one that you just laid out, about the rules being different in the NBA relative to Major League Baseball, possible. But my first reaction when you're hearing that, because I hadn't really considered that and just kind of thinking this through in real time, is I doubt he would have gone into that without thinking that through to begin with. You know what I mean? Knowing that baseball has this set of rules, that basketball has this set of rules, and bringing these people in and them going, oh, we can't do this over here because the rules, that seems like something that would have come up prior to buying the team.
Yeah.
But digging the money up in the front yard when the cops are at your door, that sounds about right.
Well, Michael had a good point earlier. He said once you own the Lakers, they're only going to go up in value, right?
Yeah.
So why ever sell them?
Exactly.
It's the speed of it all that is that makes it so hard to this is the equivalent of buying a car and selling it the next day. It's like you didn't even drive it. You didn't even get a chance to drive it home from the dealership.
Like that house thing you said, if I offered you 15 times what you paid for it, and then someone who you trusted said if you hold on to it for 5 years, it'll be worth 30 times what you paid for it.
Well,
what if I need the money
One
today?
of the questions.
That's the other thing. The impetus.
Michael told this story earlier that I told him years ago. I was moonlighting as a writer for Los Angeles Times Magazine. This is like 15 years ago. And my boss said, can you do a story on Dr. Jerry Buss and his kids and how he's going to transfer ownership to his kids? And I said, sure. So I was interviewing Dr. Buss, and I said, and this is back in I don't know, maybe 2010, maybe 2005, somewhere back along that. And I said, for what amount of money would I get your attention if I wanted to sell the team? If I offered you $10 billion, would you sell me the Lakers? And he said, no. And I said, well, you only paid, what'd you say, Michael, $67 million?
Well, $20 million, well, $67 for the whole package.
Yeah. All right. And so he paid $20 million. I'm offering him $10 billion. And he said, no. I said, why not? He goes, because as soon as you gave me the check, you would ask me, what am I going to do with the money? And I would say, I want to buy the Lakers, and now you control them. He goes, I would just never give up control. And I think what caused Jeannie to sell to Mark Walter over a year ago was she saw the writing on the wall that corporations and really, really rich people are the only people that own sports teams now. The reason Stan Kroenke can own the Rams is because he is a billionaire married to a billionaire.
He qualifies.
Yeah. But nobody in the NFL is going to sell their team unless they have to, because you just print money. Somebody told me, Marco, that every NFL owner gets a check from the broadcast revenue at the start of the season that covers all of their salaries, including the players. So it pays for the players, the coaches, all your employees. In other words, the second you start playing the games,
just make money.
You just put all that money in your pocket.
Yeah.
The ticket sales, the concessions, the parking, it all goes right to you. And so I think that's why you see fewer NFL sales. Like I know the Seahawks just sold, but that, Michael, was because Paul Allen died.
Right.
But I would have put the Lakers in that class.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Which makes me think.
Absolutely.
Which makes me think, and I think these details will all come out, which makes me think there may be something to the Mark had to sell because he knows something's coming down the pike and he needed to be more liquid.
The speed of the transaction is the thing that just boggles my mind. To have to get out that quickly, because this, like you said, Dr. Buss, the first thing he would have wanted to buy with your hypothetical $10 million would be the Lakers. Like, the Lakers don't come up for sale.
Yeah.
And yet they've come up for sale twice in a year and a half.
Yeah.
And I get it that the price keeps going up, but why did a guy that's worth, I don't know how many billions, but many billions, decide that I got to get out of this like that? That's the question that I'm waiting to get answered, and I think that will inform a lot of the other stuff.
All right, if you're a conspiracy theorist, one theory I've heard from more than one person today, it came up in the YouTube chat. Mace texted me, somebody hit him with it. I've gotten hit with it. I think it is conspiratorial and probably not true, but here's the theory. That Mark's in trouble in this federal investigation, and that the next shoe to drop will be a presidential pardon because Josh Kushner is the younger brother of Jared Kushner, who's married to Ivanka and is the son-in-law of President Trump. Here's why I don't think that holds water.
Okay.
I read this earlier in the show, and again, I'm not trying to get political on you. I'm just going to read you some facts from an article that I found. While Kushner's brother Jared played a prime role as a senior White House aide in his father-in-law's administration, both Josh Kushner and his wife Carly Kloss have openly disagreed with President Trump's politics. Neither Kloss nor Kushner voted for Trump in 2016. A spokesman for Josh Kushner told Esquire that he's a lifelong Democrat who would not be voting for Trump in the upcoming election. Carly Kloss, who's the model that is married to Josh, openly supported Hillary Clinton against President Trump in 2016. The couple have spoken about their political views in interviews, and here's a direct quote from Josh. "It is no secret that liberal values have guided my life, and I've supported political leaders that share the same values. But neither political party has a monopoly on truth or constructive ideas. It's important to be open-minded and learn from differing opinions." That's the end of the quote. This doesn't mean that there isn't some backroom deal. I realize I'm not trying to be naive here. They're brothers, and, blood is thicker than water. But it would be surprising because everything I know about President Trump is once you're either for him or against him, and once you're against him, he's done with you. So I don't see that as being possible.
Let me just...
I shouldn't use the word possible. I don't see it as being likely.
Sure. Let me just ask a question, and I don't know the answer to this. Isn't he part of the group that tried to buy the World Cup, and Trump's kind of in on that?
Yeah. Well, I know Trump is tight with Infantino, the guy who might lose his job over all this.
Right.
But what you're talking about is they tried to privatize the World Cup and basically turn it into a fund.
Right.
But they didn't tell the countries.
Right. And all the countries revolted.
And all the countries said, if you do this, we won't play in the World Cup, and the whole thing went away.
And again, just looking at the big board and connecting the red string in these conspiracy theories, right? Like, who knows?
Once you go down the conspiracy rabbit hole.
But World Cup, Josh Kushner, Donald Trump, Gianni Infantino, there's not a lot you can connect those dots pretty quickly.
Right. But
and
it doesn't mean that.
knows?
It doesn't mean that.
Who knows?
Yeah. It doesn't mean that's the correct theory. It doesn't mean the theory about him needing cash isn't right. It doesn't mean the theory that he saw $2.5 billion in a 9-month exchange and said, can't turn that down.
Let me ask you a quick one. When you sold your house to John Shaw or Steve Sachs, did you do it in 3 days?
No. Ramona has amended her earlier statement.
Yeah.
She now thinks they started talking on Friday and closed it on Sunday, but your point is still the same.
Yes.
This is 3 days ago.
Right.
3 days to close a $12.5 billion deal? That's pretty fast.
All right. Travis and DeMarco coming up next. Michael, good game. We'll see you in a couple of weeks.
That's right.
Mason and Ireland's done. DeMarco and Travis next. ESPN LA.